each detail for those moments. Start planning to protect you and your loved ones from a natural disaster. Sign up for local weather and emergency alerts. Prepare an emergency kit and make a family communications plan. Protecting your family is the best plan you can make. Get started at ready.gov/plan.
Brought to you by FEMA and the Ad Council.
This is Dave LaGreca from SiriusXM's Busted Open, and I love pro wrestling. And so do you. And that's why I'm bringing it to you every day on the Busted Open podcast. Join me in a cast of pro wrestling Hall of Famers for reactions, insights, and interviews with the biggest names. Plus, weekly sessions all about their decades of wrestling expertise that we call the Masters Class. Download Busted Open now on the SiriusXM app or wherever you get your podcast.
This is Max Crosby of the Las Vegas Raiders. Hear me every Monday night on Let's Go at 6 Eastern on Mad Dog Sports Radio, Channel 82.
Here at U.S. Bank Stadium, and Vikings fans, you can help families this holiday season by donating or ringing bells for the Salvation Army. Visit salvationarmynorth.org to learn more. On the sidelines throughout the game, you're going to hear Ben Lieber. It's brought to you by U.S. Bank, the official bank of the Minnesota Vikings. And Ben is joining me now. Ben, how are you, buddy?
Musk, doing great. Feeling much better after the 2 days of just binge eating, but it feels good, man. How you doing?
Oh, stretchy pants are on, and I'm feeling great. I appreciate the asking about that. But, Ben, let's get into this thing because there's a number that you're going to want to pay attention to if you're a Vikings fan, and that's number 85, Trey McBride. This guy has 61 receptions, 685 yards. He doesn't have a touchdown, which is weird, but he's far and away the most targeted and most receptive. Everything goes his way, it seems, when it comes to the Cardinals and Kyler Murray.
Well, he's very athletic. That's the one thing. Do not sleep on this guy's athleticism. He knows how to move in space. He's really, really good at finding soft spots in the defense. He's got the speed and athleticism to run away from man coverage. Like, the guy really is a stud on their football team, and which is why he's the leading receiver. And he does a good job with their scheme. Drew Petzing has him as a chip release guy at times. He's going to stay in there. You're probably going to see him because of the way we design our defense. He will be in the core of the offense, chipping, helping out the guys as far as our blitz goes, and then he'll be a late release guy, and he'll be that kind of check down safety blanket for Kyler Murray. So he does a lot of good things really, really well, but do not sleep on this guy's athleticism in space.
Speaking of Murray, only 20 sacks so far this season. That's the fifth lowest in the NFL. Meanwhile, we got 38 sacks. You got Grenard and Van Ginkel both with 9 sacks. But when you put pressure on a guy like Kyler Murray, you got to definitely do the pressure but contain.
Yeah, and contain's going to be tough because a lot of what they do is designed to get him outside the pocket. You are going to see a lot of quarterback waggles. You're going to see a lot of quarterback boots. But he does an excellent job of just extending plays. And I think that's a little bit of a misnomer, even though that he does have quite a few rushing yards. He's not a designed quarterback run game type of guy, and he does not love to break the line of scrimmage unless he really, really has to. If he sees man coverage and a lot of guys with their backs turned, for sure, he will be like every other quarterback, and he can make you pay for that. But he's going to try to extend plays outside the pocket, keep his eyes down the field, because that's where he and Marvin Harrison Jr. do such a good job, is the secondary routes. When he breaks contain, you break off that primary route and use the big guy down the field.
All right, Ben, we talked about this, you and I, on the Power Trip Morning Show, talking about Justin Jefferson and how he only had the 2 receptions, 27 yards versus the Bears. Eventually, when Addison's going for, the 162, and you got Hawkinson going for 114, eventually teams are going to have to change how they scheme against JJ. Do you think that happens today?
I don't really think it's going to happen today. I think a lot of these defensive coordinators is going to say, like, look, if Addison beats us, then so be it. If Hawkinson beats us, then so be it. We just can't let Justin and then all 3 of those guys beat you. So you have to take one of the 3 away. And if you look at last week, Addison had a great game. 2 of his catches were just big, long, deep down the field, 69 yards, and then with that 50-some yarder. So a bulk of his yardage on those two plays, and the Hawkinson was excellent late in the game. But the way that we are designing everything for Justin, I think that we have to change that a little bit. So many of his routes have become predictably deep. He's down the field a lot, and so a lot of these teams are playing just a true cover 2 situation, or they're playing a 3-deep situation like they did last week, and then dropping those second-level defenders much deeper than they normally have to drop because of Justin. So I think we have to adjust the depth of his routes a little bit more to free him up.
All right, Ben, maybe some wind sprints there down on the sideline, work out some of that weight you put on.
I'll just do some deep knee bends and a lot of like those squats. How about just do like lunges up and down the field?
If I know you, Ben, you probably lost weight. You're the only person that does that over Thanksgiving.
I did not. That is not true.
Whatever. Thanks, Ben.
Bye, Mus.
Bye, buddy. All right, Vikings Football Sunday continues. Ben Gessling, there's no doubt that he went and did a turkey trot yesterday or the last couple of days. We'll talk to him from Star Tribune and StarTribune.com. That's coming up next on the Minnesota Vikings Radio Network, driven by Polaris.
This season, Chevy brings classic pairings, cookies and milk, mistletoe and kisses, and your holiday plans and a new Chevy. Silverado 1500 gives you power and capability with 430 pound-feet of torque to haul your holiday tree. Equinox EV and the all-new Equinox offer award-winning quality and style to see you through the holiday season. See why Chevy makes everything better and brighter. Visit ChevyDealOnline.com.
For the Vikings, growth is a team effort. Coaches maximize performance. Teammates push your limits. But in business, who's there to help you grow? Lumen, that's who. Like saving live broadcasts from lag time, helping deliver the in-stadium experience for fans with millions more around the globe, and bringing all the benefits of the cloud to your network. So it's as secure as a defensive line and as legendary as the fans that cheer them on. Welcome to the on-demand network that meets your demands. Learn more at lumen.com. Services not available everywhere.
From coin flip to final whistle, show your diehard passion for your Minnesota Vikings all season with your favorite purple and gold gear from Shields. Bring your best this year, whether you're cheering from US Bank Stadium or from your living room with your favorite jerseys, hats, collectibles, and Vikings branded gear from the Shields fan shop. Visit us at your local Shields or Shields.com and let's cheer on the Vikings. Shields, proud partner of the Minnesota Vikings and football fans everywhere.
At U.S. Bank, when they say they're in it with you, they mean it. Not just for the good stuff, the grand openings and celebrations, although those are pretty great, but for all the hard work it took to get there, the fine-tuning of goals, the managing of cash and workflows, and decision-making. They're in to help you through all of it, because together they're proving day in and day out that there is nothing as powerful as the power of us. Visit usbank.com to get started today. Equal housing lender, member FDIC, copyright 2024, U.S. Bank.
Miller Lite is brewed with great taste and only great taste.
The Miller Brewing Company would like to issue a correction. Miller Lite is brewed to be less filling. What are you doing here?
Miller Lite tastes great.
Look, I'm just reading the script. It says less filling.
That's not what my script says.
Well, mine said.
We'd like to apologize for the previous announcers. Miller Lite is in fact less filling and tastes great. Time to shine, legal guy.
Celebrate responsibly. Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Beer. 96 calories and 3.2 grams carbs per 12 ounces. Fewer calories and carbs than premium regular beer.
Hey fans, Pilot Games has teamed up with the Minnesota Vikings to create the Vikings Victory electronic pull tab game. Play in more than 1,700 bars across the state and win up to $1,500 in the Skol bonus game. Pilot Games is the largest charitable gaming provider in the state. When you play Vikings Victory, your community wins. Play Vikings Victory today, anywhere Pilot's electronic pull tabs are offered. Visit pilotgames.com for more information.
Welcome back. Vikings Football Sunday. Vikes taking on the Cards. And by the way, today's health report is brought to you by Twin Cities Orthopedics. TCO is the official sports medicine provider of the Minnesota Vikings. Out for your Vikings is Josh Oliver again. And Cam Robinson looks like he is going to play. That's the health report brought to you by Twin Cities Orthopedics. TCO is the official sports medicine provider of the Minnesota Vikings. Trusted care. Pro approved. I must. And joining me now in the booth here at US Bank Stadium, Ben Gessling. Gessling. How are you, bud?
I'm doing well, Muss. How are you doing?
And you didn't do a turkey trot, but you did actually get a run in.
I
there.
did.
Yeah.
My high school coach in Apple Valley, Raleigh Greeno, always does a Thanksgiving morning run at his house. So got together with a lot of former teammates and kids I've coached. And it was a cold one, so we only had like 30 people there. It's usually a little more than that. But we toughed it out. It was a good morning.
Nice. Hey, a big run game that's going to be important today.
There's a segue.
The Cardinals, really, they base most of their offense off of the run. I mean, Murray has 380 yards and 4 touchdowns. He's second on the list as far as how many yards they get on the ground, but they're going up against a defense that's pretty staunch against the run.
Yeah, it is, and it's going to be interesting to watch how that plays out. They've done a great job containing running backs this season and probably will do so again with James Conner today, but Murray does present an interesting challenge. He is, I think, averaging, when it's a scramble, on a broken play, I think he's averaging like 10 yards a scramble this year, which is the best in the NFL. So Brian Flores talked about this quite a bit this week, that you have to have a rush plan for him that's going to keep him contained. We saw some of these against Caleb Williams last week, where they had chances to take him down, and Williams is elusive enough to get away, jumps over, I think, the center and Jihad Ward on one to get away for a first down. It is going to be a thing today that the Vikings have to contain, because a lot of those broken plays where he can make throws or just make plays with his legs, that's a big part of their offense.
Sam Darnold had probably his best game as a Minnesota Viking. 330 yards, 2 touchdowns, 0 interceptions, 116.1 on the passer rating. But he's got 9 games with a passer rating above 100.
Yeah.
That's tied for the NFL best with Lamar Jackson, who everybody's pretty much going, he's probably going to be MVP.
Yeah.
Sam Darnold not even mentioned in it.
No, some of this stuff becomes narratives, obviously, and Darnold is going to get dinged probably because of the past, but it's like what he has done this season is so different than what we've seen all of his career, and the completion percentage is at a career high by quite a bit. I mean, he was a guy that was lower 60s, higher 50s, and he's pushing 70% this year. Just has made a lot of good decisions the last couple of weeks. We had that stretch where we saw him turn the ball over quite a bit in those games against the Titans and the Jaguars. But since then, they have done a better job of just kind of being able to take what is there. And when teams are covering Justin Jefferson the way they are, he can get some open throws. We saw him take advantage of a lot of those last week, and definitely one of his best games in Minnesota against the Bears last week.
And real quickly here, Ben Gessling from Star Tribune, StarTribune.com. This defense, the Cardinals, they've only given up like 7. They've kept teams under 17 points in the last 3 games.
Yeah, they present a lot of different looks. It's a different coverage scheme. They'll move Budda Baker around a lot. Not a ton of elite pass rushers, but that back end gives you a lot of things to worry about. So Darnold will have to be on his game today to solve that secondary.
All right, Ben, great stuff as always, bud.
Thanks, Muss. Enjoy the game.
Appreciate it, Ben Gessling from Star Tribune, StarTribune.com. Coming up here, we got our player interview, Josh Oliver, who is going to be out for today, but we'll have him, I believe, that or it's going to be Brian O'Neill. I can't tell on the notes that I got here. Also, we got the coach with PA. That is coming up right before the boom. This, ladies and gentlemen, is Vikings football.
Vikings fans, get more of the great content you crave right now on the Sirius XM app. Just search Minnesota Vikings on the app and tap the favorite star. You not only hear the game with your hometown announcers, but you'll also get access to the pre- and post-game shows. And come back during the week for extra Vikings content, including coach and player press conferences, interviews, and much more. It's all on the Sirius XM app. Download it and search Minnesota Vikings today.
If you want to win your fantasy football league, you need to listen to Fantasy Sports Radio. What a play! From start-sit decisions to waiver wire advice to injury updates, Sirius XM Channel 87 helps you win your fantasy football league. With expert advice from Jeff Mans.
Making the most moves doesn't result in the most wins.
Howard Bender.
Just because you're allowed to make a waiver move doesn't mean you have to make a waiver move.
Jeff Ratcliffe.
Don't overvalue wide receiver cornerback.
Bob Harris.
If you're in a league that doesn't have IR, go out and start looking to waiver wires for players who are about to be activated.
Adam Ronis.
Personally, I don't like trading for injured players because there's a risk of a setback.
And so much more.
You've done wonders for me through the years.
Winning strategies from the best analysts in the business are on Fantasy Sports Radio, Sirius XM 87, and on the all-new Sirius XM app.
Mama, what does the chicken say?
Chicken. Oh, okay.
When the wolf
Oh, a wolf. Ooh!
What about the tiny dog? Cat. Owl. Dolphin. What does the turkey say? Whale.
Yeah, whale sound.
Do the giraffe.
Giraffe, really? Okay. Giraffe.
You're not going to get it all right. Just make sure you nail the big stuff, like making sure your kids are buckled correctly in the right seat for their age and size. Get it right.
Visit NHTSA.gov/the right seat.
Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
Hey everyone, it's your friend John Mayer here. Genres aren't rock or pop or hip-hop. They're real genres of life. They're like Mondays, dinner with family, songs I remember from junior high. And that's what you're going to get on Life with John Mayer. It's my music, it's everyone else's music. It's singing in the shower and a quiet night at home. Come along with me as I play music that fits the moments of your life as they happen. On now, Channel 14, and on the SiriusXM app.
Minnesota fans, hear what Coach O'Connell and the players have to say after each game on the Vikings channel. 8:20 on the SiriusXM app.
Welcome back to U.S. Bank Stadium. Pete Persich, joined by Brian O'Neill. And Brian, how are things going? Right, you're a 9-2 season, but overall as a group, that offensive line, you had some new characters, but for the most part, pretty solid. How are you guys gelling up front? How are you feeling about the group?
I'm feeling good. Obviously, there's been a little bit of shuffling with CD going down, and then Dalton getting in there and playing at right guard the last couple weeks. And I think as we continue to play more together, it'll continue to get better and better. And it was good to get 3 in a row on the road the past couple weeks, and we're excited now for a 3-game homestand in front of our fans, and hopefully they're really excited after a couple good wins on the road that they'll make it really tough on the opposing offense for sure.
Yeah, it's been a weird season as far as stretches at home early, and then seems like the last couple months not a lot. The game in London, right? What is it about the home field advantage? Because normally on the road, the offense, you hear the noise. Is it that much better for the offense when you're at home at U.S. Bank Stadium?
Oh, yeah, it's 100 times different. I think the best example of it was the Houston game early in the season. I think our fans alone probably caused 60 yards in field position in our favor.
Yeah, Tunyon had a rough day.
With false starts and delay of games, so it definitely matters. And then I'll say, when we're on offense on the road, it never feels as panicked or as hard to operate as it does, as it looks for other teams to operate in our stadium. So certainly excited for 3 in a row, and it's going to be 3 good ones.
Now you're facing an opponent in Arizona, very solid defense. They're very good up front. Nick Rawlis, the coordinator for Arizona, you know him, running with them in the past. What kind of guy is he like?
Oh, he's great. Minnesota guy. I think he went to Eden Prairie, maybe.
Yeah.
And then played at Minnesota. He's awesome. I remember probably 4, 5, 6 years ago, he was an assistant linebackers coach on the staff, and we'd be on the plane ride home from games, and all the defensive guys would be huddled around Nick's seat with their iPads talking about the game. He'd be the first guy that they would want to go to hey, what'd you see here, or kind of. You could tell early on, and he was really young at that point. He's still a young guy. That he was the guy that people went to answer questions or to run things off of, and then when they came here for joint practices last year in 23, I believe, it was good to see him again. And something a coach in training camp, joint practice, has never really done is he kind of came up to me after the 2 days of practice and was like, hey, what do you think about my edge rushers? Like, who do you think's got a chance? Kind of talk to me. This is what I feel about this guy, blah, blah, blah. And so it was kind of cool to see that from a coaching perspective in terms of I'd had a relationship with him, obviously playing with him here in previous years, but just having that, because he might not have been around our defensive lineman or offensive lineman enough, and for him to try to get the perspective of an offensive lineman, I think was pretty cool. And he's got those guys playing well, and he's going to be a really good coach for a long time.
I think one of the hardest things when you, especially talking to younger guys and talking about the tackle position, is you see elite talent every single week, right? You go from having to play against a Montez Sweat to now this week you got like Collins and Browning and all these names. Mentally, how do you do that? There's no off weeks in this league, is there? I mean, you're seeing a great pass rusher every single week.
Yeah, there's no off weeks, but that's the job. That's what you're here to do, is go out and play well. And something our own line coach always says is they got to play us too. And we kind of have that belief going in every game that they have good players, but so do we. And you never let the last name beat you before the game's played. They wear the same shoulder pads we do, and that's why you strap it up and go play.
All right, last question for Brian O'Neill. What's the one thing you think this offense has to do today to win this game?
I think win the line of scrimmage. Always an offensive lineman is going to say that. But if we're able to, control the line of scrimmage and make holes for Aaron and Cam and Ty, and get over 100 yards rushing, I think that's always a good barometer for how the day's going to go. It'll make second and third downs, second and 5, third and 3, rather than third and 10 plus, right? If you're able to win the early downs and establish the run game, but getting the line of scrimmage handled, it makes everything in this offense a lot easier to go.
Well, thank you, Brian, and good luck today.
Yeah, appreciate it.
When we return, Paul Allen will be with Vikings head coach Kevin O'Connell right here on the Minnesota Vikings Radio Network.
Make gifting simpler this holiday season with all things cooking, cleaning, and more from Kenmore. From countertop ice makers to air purifiers to hard floor cleaners and the latest in dishwashers and refrigerators. Find great deals for every room of the home and for everyone on your list, including you, at Kenmore.com/Vikings. Get more from Kenmore, a proud partner of the Minnesota Vikings.
As a contractor installing windows, you deserve a simple choice. Andersen 400 Series windows. They're the cladwood windows contractors trust the most. So much so, they're the windows contractors trust for their own homes. And they even have fewer callbacks for extra peace of mind. When it comes to windows, the choice is simple. It's Andersen 400 Series windows. The windows contractors trust the most. Request a quote at AndersonWindows.com today.
Claims based on 2022 Andersen brand survey of U.S. contractors.
Coors Light presents To Chill or Not to Chill. When your friend skips your favorite song on the playlist. End of friendship. Or choose chill because that song lives rent-free in your head anyway. And you planned ahead by bringing Coors Light to the party. And the sound of that ice-cold can cracking open was music to your ears already. Coors Light. Choose chill. Celebrate responsibly. 2024 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado.
Hey, Vikings fans, are you ready to grow your own Super Bowl team? GPAC has 34 years in the recruiting game, and we're here to help you source top talent across multiple industries nationwide. Don't wait on the sidelines. Visit GoGPAC.com today. That's GOGPAC.com. GPAC, your friends in South Dakota and proud supporters of the Minnesota Vikings. Skol Vikings and Go GPAC.
Football fans, stop by Mystic Lake to see Vikings alum Ben Lieber interview special guests on select Mondays throughout the season. You must be at least 18 to attend. After the interview, participate in our Thirst and 10 promotion to score a Vikings prize pack. Purchase a qualifying drink at participating bars and play a game to win Mystic Cash. You can instantly win up to $100 Mystic Cash just for playing. All participants are automatically entered into the monthly drawing to win prizes. More information at mysticlake.com.
Viking fans, looking to upgrade your wardrobe? This local brand based in St. Paul will become your new go-to. Unreal is the premium athleisure brand that combines comfort, versatility, and style. Crafting elevated apparel that will take you from the office to the gym or the airport to the golf course. Wherever you go, they've got you covered. Shop now at Unreal.com and experience the difference yourself. That's UNRL.com. The best athleisure wear in the game.
It's great to be home for the holidays. The Minnesota Vikings are back at U.S. Bank Stadium for the first time in a month, taking on the 6-5 Arizona Cardinals. And Kevin O'Connell, head coach of the 9-2 Minnesota Vikings, joins us now. And it indeed is the first game here in a month. Is there any adjustment to the crowd not being against you? I mean, it's like a stark change from what you've seen the last month on the road.
Well, there's a huge adjustment, I know, for our defense because they are, in a world here at U.S. Bank Stadium, they've got to be able to communicate with almost all nonverbal, just because our fans are so great, so loud. And the best part is, if it's hard for our defense, that means it's hard for the opposing offense. We've seen it time and time again this year. Penalty flags, false starts, delay games. It's a huge part of why I feel like we've got the greatest home field advantage in the NFL, and we got to go make it work for us today.
It's the first of 3 in a row for Kevin O'Connell's Minnesota Vikings at U.S. Bank Stadium. And speaking of your defense, it's always important winning first and or second down, but is it especially important today? Arizona is 3 for 36 at 3rd and 8 and longer.
Yeah, I think, when you look at their offense, they've been able to be a top 5, top 6, whatever they are, rushing attack, and they stay out of those 3rd and longers, PA, because when they're able to do that, Kyler's athleticism, Connor's, physicality in the run game, and then they can get more conducive coverages, try to throw one-on-ones, get McBride or Harrison the ball. So we got to try to make them spend their entire afternoon in those longer D&Ds and then see if we can apply some pressure and force some turnovers.
It's the second time this year the Minnesota Vikings get the Bill Vinovich crew. In what ways, if anything, do you address officiating with your guys up to games?
Well, we have every Friday. I tell the guys as part of our Friday team meeting, I tell the guys who the crew is. We kind of go through whether we've had the crew before, what that looked like when we had them, what their stats are for penalty flags this year. And then ultimately, always that it falls back on me, guys. I'll be the one communicating with this crew, and that's coaches and players. I need you guys focused on the game. But I will say this much: Bill Vinovich is probably my favorite referee. He's so professional, so his communication, the way he does it, and the poise at which he can carry himself out through the whole game is always noted, and it's always something I know a few of us head coaches really are fond of Bill. So hopefully I'll be fond of Bill in about 4.5 hours, 5 hours, PA.
All right, Xavier Rhodes is about set to blow the Galler horn, so we got to get out of here. Lastly, what do you need from Sam today, specifically against this style of defense?
Yeah, it's going to be I would imagine Jonathan Gannon, friends of other coaches that we've played against that I know well, that tried to put a roof over everything. What does that mean? Tried to not give up the explosives, but at the same time with Budda Baker and how they want to line up, in some instances, very 3-3-5 college-like. All to activate Budda Baker and try to let him make some plays. I think today is going to be about a completion mindset for Sam, and then when those explosive plays come in rhythm down the field, he's been surgical with some of those throws this year, and my expectation is he'll be the same again today.
And Kevin's Minnesota Vikings have 45 completions this year of 20 yards or more, tops in the NFL. Have a great day, happy holidays, and best of luck, all right?
Appreciate you, PA.
Kevin O'Connell, head coach of the Minnesota Vikings, and I'm Paul Allen. The Boom against the Birds. The Cardinals is around the corner on the KFAN Minnesota Vikings Radio Network.
Hey, Mark Rosen here. Let me tell you about a great way to stream all your Vikings coverage, shows, and analysis right on your big screen TV. It's Fox Local, a free streaming app where you can watch live shows of Vikings Game Day Live or Postgame Tonight, plus a ton of exclusive stories and features that only Fox 9 can provide. So search Fox Local on your streaming device, install, and stay connected to your Vikings and local news here in Minnesota with Fox Local.
Hey fans, Pilot Games has teamed up with the Minnesota Vikings to create the Vikings Victory electronic pull tab game. Play in more than 1,700 bars across the state and win up to $1,500 in the Skol bonus game. Pilot Games is the largest charitable gaming provider in the state. When you play Vikings Victory, your community wins. Play Vikings Victory today, anywhere Pilot's electronic pull tabs are offered. Visit pilotgames.com for more information.
Miller Lite is brewed with great taste and only great taste.
The Miller Brewing Company would like to issue a correction. Miller Lite is brewed to be less filling. What are you doing here?
Miller Lite tastes great.
Look, I'm just reading the script. It says less filling.
That's not what my script says.
Well, mine said.
We'd like to apologize for the previous announcers. Miller Lite is in fact less filling and tastes great. Time to shine, legal guy.
Celebrate responsibly. Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Beer. 96 calories and 3.2 grams carbs per 12 ounces. Fewer calories and carbs than premium regular beer.
Showtime, baby. You know what's going on. Let's go, Vikings. Let's go. Vikings on three. 1, 2, 3. Get it up.
Minnesota Vikings football is on the air all across the Minnesota Vikings radio network. Vikings football is proudly presented by the following broadcast partners: Vizzy Hard Seltzer, your local Northland Ford dealers, Polaris, and by Mystic Lake Casino Hotel. Vikings football is also brought to you by the following.
This is Peter King. Hear me all season long, every Monday night on Let's Go at 6 Eastern on Mad Dog Sports Radio, Channel 82.
Minnesota fans, hear what Coach O'Connell and the players have to say after each game on the Vikings channel. 820 on the Sirius XM app. From the Vikings Radio Network. Now, let's go live to U.S. Bank Stadium to our three pilgrims. Along with former Vikings Pete Bursich and Ben Lieber, here with the call of today's game, the voice of the Vikings, Paul Allen.
You want to toss? You want to defer? You want the ball? Which way you want to kick? Stay where you are. Arizona will receive in the first half. Good luck, gentlemen.
And here come the red-hot Minnesota Vikings in search of 5 consecutive victories. We welcome you to U.S. Bank Stadium for the first home game in more than a month. The Vikings contested NFC West race. The Minnesota Vikings have beaten the Arizona Cardinals 11 consecutive times at home in the state of Minnesota, which includes 3 victories at U.S. Bank Stadium, 8 victories at Metrodome. The Vikings' last loss to the Arizona Cardinals in Minnesota, 1977 at the Met in Bloomington when they were the St. Louis Cardinals. Now, Xavier Rhodes, former game-changing cornerback for the Minnesota Vikings, is starting the game by blowing the Gialler horn. Thus, you heard a nice applause for Xavier Rhodes as he approaches the Gialler horn. And Parker Romo walks out onto the field as the Vikings won the toss and elected to defer to an Arizona Cardinals team led by the likes of Kyler Murray, a rookie Marvin Harrison Jr., 4th overall pick in the most recent draft. He has 6 touchdowns. They have one of the better tight ends in the game. His name is Trey McBride. 3rd for tight end receptions, 2nd for tight end yardage at 685. No receiving touchdowns. And the Vikings defense will be operating for at least the next 4 games without Ivan Pace Jr., who injured himself early in the victory over the Chicago Bears. Ben Lieber's on the sideline. Pete Bursich, yours truly, Paul Allen. The on-site producer, Chad Abbott. Engineer, Jared Wells. Statistician and spotter, David Koob. Main man Muss at Scoreboard Central. Zach Halverson, technically guiding us as master control supervisor from KFAN. And boom! It's great to be home for the holidays, and now it's time for the Minnesota Vikings to feast on a bird of a different variety. These would be a bunch of Cardinals in all-white uniforms with Cardinal red numbers. The Vikings have their purple jerseys, white pants, and the pants are trimmed with purple and gold stripes. And the Minnesota Vikings defense is first in the NFL against the run, 74-7 a game. Arizona 6th running the ball at 140 a game. They're 3rd in the NFL at more than 5 yards per carry. And the Vikings are 2nd in the NFL at holding running attacks per carry. As Kyler Murray goes back to pass, throws to the left side, and it's caught by Tip Ryman, the Rapid City rookie by way of Illinois, a 3rd-round pick. It's a 9-yard connection. connection. 2nd and 1 for Kyler Murray and the Arizona Cardinals, where Kyler has touchdown runs this year of 50 and 44 yards. He's been sacked just 20 times, 6th fewest in the NFL. The Vikings have 38 sacks into the game. That's 4th best as Murray on 2nd and short. Play action, rolls out to the right. He's going to loop it to Trey McBride. Caught at the 40, gets to the 45, and it's a first down for the Cardinals after a 7-yard catch. They like those tight ends, don't they, Pete?
Yeah, they do. And they go 13 personnel, meaning 1 running back and 3 tight ends more than anybody else in the league. And like you said, Trey McBride has, going into this game, he had 61 receptions. That's almost twice as many as the nearest receiver or anybody else on the team for that matter. So this is their offense, though, right? They dink and dunk and a few yards at a time and very efficient. They're trying to stay out of 3rd and long.
1st and 10 from their own 48, scoreless. First possession of the game. Handoff James Conner. Some room to the left side as he plows his way into Jonathan Grenard at the 50, and he'll forge ahead to the Vikings 46. So that's a 6-yard run. Couple of passes, 9 and 7. Now a 6-yard run. The Cardinals offense is off to a fast start.
You're seeing, the loss of Ivan Pace, I think, is going to make an impact. Camus Grugier-Hill, better at the pass defending, but got to be more physical at the point of attack if they're going to be a linebacker.
It's 2nd and 4 for the Arizona Cardinals. Couple of tight ends to the left, 2 receivers right. James Conner is the tailback. Handoff James, room up the middle. Then he's encountered by Josh Metellus, and Joshua drives him back. Then Byron Murphy Jr. and Cam Bynum are able to slow James Conner. But it's a 6-yard run and another first down.
You have to hand it to Joshua Metellus. He's playing basically a linebacker position, and you see a guard pull and him get over the top. He's unbelievably versatile in what he can do.
Kyler Murray goes back to pass on first down. He'll throw it over the middle. It's caught Elijah Mitchell, one of those 3 tight ends they'll use. Blake Cashman wraps him up and stops him after a 4-yard gain. As Andrew Van Ginkel departs, in comes the rookie Dallas Turner.
Yeah, we're also getting Jonathan Grenard checking out. Needs a little bit of a break, but this is that Arizona offense, Paul. It's very timing related. You might get 3. It's hard to get to Kyler Murray because he doesn't hold on to the football. And the main thing, too, is the Vikings, you want to hold them, as this team is number 1 in the league in goal to go, and they're very good in the red zone as well.
Trey Benson, the Florida State rookie's in at tailback. 2 receivers to the right, 1 left. On 2nd down, it's a quick hitter right. Caught Trey McBride. Angles inside to the 33, hit at the 32, and stopped after a 5-yard gain. So it'll be 3rd and short for Arizona. It's first 3rd down of the game.
Yeah, what a great job by Blake Cashman in that last play. Not only did he take on the block and force the running back the proper way, but he also got off and made the tackle. And had he not made that tackle, Paul, there was probably 10 more yards on that play. So Cashman just shedding the block and making a tackle.
Marvin Harrison Jr., his father's HOF. He's wide left. 2 tight ends to the right. Now Ryman in motion on 3rd and short. Handoff Benson, and he gets the first down left side. Cam Bynum wraps him up around the shins at the 21, but it's a 10-yard gain for Trey Benson. First down for the Cardinals. Here's Ben Lieber with the U.S. Bank sideline update.
Well, you guys are talking about the use of their tight ends, their bigs. They've gone mostly 12 personnel. We're treating 12 personnel, 1 running back, 2 tight ends, as a nickel situation with Josh Metellus as the inside linebacker. And Pete, as you're saying, he's got to do a better job reading some of those pulling guards. Now 13 personnel, which they've shown just a few times. That's more their base personnel with Grugier-Hill now out as the inside linebacker.
8th play of a possession that's gone 49 yards. 1st and 10 from the Vikings 21. Handoff James Conner. No room that time for James Conner. He'll gain 1 as he attempted to get around the edge on the left side. It'll be 2nd and 9.
And with this style of offense in this run game where you're blocking down on the front side and pulling a guy and kicking out, you've got to get a lot out of guys like Jerry Tillery and Jonathan Grenard. They cannot get collapsed because then that hole opens too big. And I think they're starting to get a feel, these guys up front, more of what the Cardinals are trying to do, and they're keeping their spacing better.
2nd and 9 from the Vikings 20, scoreless, first drive of the game. Kyler Murray wearing lime cleats, goes out of the shotgun, hands it to Conner. He grinds up the middle between the hash marks, and he stopped after a gain of 2, maybe 3 yards. Jihad Ward, along with Jonathan Grenard in the mix. So now it's 3rd and 6 for Arizona, and they bust out of the huddle quickly. 3rd and 6 from the Vikings 17. Kyler Murray, 2 receivers left and right. 4-man rush. Kyler throws over the middle. It's caught. Connor short of the first down. Caught it at the 14. Fell ahead for a gain of 4. And despite nearly 10 plays and negotiating the field sweetly, the Cardinals trot out the field goal team.
And it's a big first drive, and they went no huddle. They did a lot of things to get to the line of scrimmage. They're doing that to limit the crowd noise. So for them to get points on that initial drive is good for them. But it's going to change, Paul. They're going to have to go back to calling the huddle, not just being able to call everything from the line of scrimmage and let this crowd get back into it.
32-yard try left hash for Chad Ryland. Snap, spot, and to the east side of U.S. Bank Stadium, Ryland bangs it through. So he now is 14 of 16 on field goals this year. 1 drive, 1 lead for the Arizona Cardinals on the Northland Ford dealer scoreboard. 3-0 Birds. This is Minnesota Vikings football.
Nobody covers the National Football League.
They give Mahomes time for the end zone. He throws it. It's caught. Touchdown!
Like SiriusXM NFL Radio, Channel 88. Our team of former players, coaches, and front office executives like Pat Kerwin, Jim Miller, Rich Gannon, Alex Smith, and Hall of Famer Bill Polian brings you closer to the game. If it's happening, we are there. Live from the Scouting Combine in March to the Draft in April. And in the summer, SiriusXM NFL Radio takes you to all 32 training camps. We connect you with the history of the game on stage for Hall of Fame weekend. Hear all the primetime play-by-play action from opening night through the Super Bowl.
Spectacular in every way. Confetti flying in the air.
Your 24/7 home for the NFL all year long. SiriusXM NFL Radio, Channel 88.
I'm Mariah Carey. This holiday season, the Queen of Christmas takes over SiriusXM Holly every Monday. Mariah Mondays. Celebrate 79 or
Jameis Winston and the Cleveland Browns head to Denver to finish Week 13 of the NFL season. Can the Browns play spoiler again and beat another playoff contender in the AFC or cover the 7-point spread? We'll break it all down. Make sure you tune into Sports Grid Radio to stay up to date on all the latest.
The place to get the winning edge over the sports books this football season is Sports Grid Radio. Channel 159 in the car and on the SiriusXM app.
This is Bill Belichick. Hear me break down the week in the NFL every Monday night on Let's Go, 6 Eastern on Mad Dog Sports Radio, Channel 82.
There's still time to get on the water and enjoy the beautiful Minnesota lakes and rivers. Bennington, Godfrey, and Hurricane are the Polaris brands that can get you there. Polaris, think outside. Also, football fans, meet Pays, a convenient new online checkout offered by bank and credit unions. Learn more at Pays.com. Boom! Touchback from Ryland. Vikings begin at the 30. We head down to Ben Lieber.
Yeah, guys, check out this little stat, this little nugget. That's a big win for the Vikings defense on that opening drive because Arizona leads the league in opening drive touchdowns with 6. And conversely, the Vikings are second best in the league at stopping opening drive touchdowns. We've only given up 1. So given all of that, giving up 3 points on 11 plays and 57 yards, that's a win for your Vikings defense.
Indeed, and the Vikings have 82 first quarter points, most in the NFL. Sam Darnold, off the best game of his professional career, goes under center. 1st and 10, trailing 3-0, 9:02 to go in the first quarter. Addison in motion to the left. Handoff, Aaron Jones tried the left side, didn't like it, and the ball came out. The ball came out as Aaron was falling. Wow. But either he or Garrett Bradbury fired. Brian O'Neill fell on it. So that's going to be a fumble for Aaron Jones, which would be his 4th this year. After that, a gain of 6, and Darnold's out of the shotgun on 2nd and 4, facing a 4-man rush. It's a quick hitter over the middle, caught T.J. Hawkinson at the 41. That'll be a gain of 5 and a first down for the Minnesota Vikings.
And Paul, for this defense, they're very aggressive north and south, especially with their linebackers, Kaiser White and Mac Wilson. I mean, these guys read the run and get downhill in a hurry. So that play action across the middle of the field, I love that matchup right now with the tight ends in the middle of this Arizona defense.
Darnold under center, trailing 3-0 early in the game. 1st and 10 from his own 41. Play action to Aaron Jones. Boots out to the left. He'll dump it to the left and is caught. Johnny Munt on the run to the 45-50. In front of his sideline, 45. Johnny Munt out of bounds at the 41-yard line. It's a hit of 18 to the 2nd tight end. First down, Minnesota.
And that's what when you have that 5-man front, Arizona going with 5 defensive linemen, you're going to get a tight end matched up. In this case, it was Jesse Luketa, the 7th-round draft pick from Penn State from 2022. He's had a sack in each of his last 3 games. But you have an athlete in space. You run the bootleg, you get it to him. I love it.
First down, Darnold under center in Arizona territory. Goes play action on a straight drop. Doesn't see anything, so he runs between the hash marks to the 35. Slides in at the 33-yard line. It's a 7-yard run for Sam Darnold. It'll be 2nd and 3. And Darnold, by the way, off the 330, 2 touchdowns and no picks. Absolutely the best game of his professional career. He had a gaudy 9.7 yards per attempt at Soldier Field and was 6 of 6 in overtime, paving the way for the victory. Justin Jefferson, a very hungry wide receiver, is wide left. He hasn't scored a touchdown in more than 5 weeks since early 3rd quarter here against the Lions. Toss right to Aaron Jones on 2nd down. He'll run for the first down to the 30. Get outside of the numbers to the 27. 6-yard run for A.J. and a first down.
And Ben Lieber, that's that outside run that you talked about this morning when you're just widening that outside linebacker and getting inside the defensive tackle.
Well,
we got you.
Well, I was just going to say, he's got the speed. He showed it last week. But again, you go back and watch the film against this defense. They're really, really strong up front. And they want to penetrate in the middle part of the offensive line. That way you can get around the edge and hit the perimeter.
First down from the Cardinals, 27. Darnold out of the shotgun. 2 receivers left and right. Straight drop. Throws to the end zone. Incomplete. They doubled up on Jordan Addison late. Budda Baker, the best defensive player for the Arizona Cardinals, won in coverage. And the man late on the scene, Sean Murphy Bunting, 2nd and 10.
Yeah, I think they're really counting on Budda Baker to be occupied on the opposite side of the field with the route of Justin Jefferson. But Baker read the eyes of the quarterback, and after the pump fake, got himself back to the middle of the field and made his way over. It was Addison on a double move, but the safety wasn't biting.
Jordan off an 8-162-1 at Soldier Field. 2nd and 10 from the Cardinals 27. It's a gun run to Aaron Jones, who's quite spry. Outside, he gets past the 25, hit at the 20, stopped at the 19. It'll be a run of 8 yards for Aaron Jones. 3rd and 2 from the Arizona 19. The Birds lead 3-0 first quarter.
That's 3 rushes and 16 yards. So when you're getting, when Aaron Jones is able to get to that second level, Paul, that always bodes well for this Vikings offense because that means the play action is viable. And, Aaron Jones is just getting right through that first level of defense.
Jefferson, Naylor, and Addison all left. Aaron Jones shifts from the right to the left of Sam Darnold out of the shotgun. 3rd and 2 from the Arizona 19. Cardinals blitz. Darnold steps away from one Cardinal, but he cannot get away from them all. L.J. Collier with the sack. He now has 2.5 this season. That's a 7-yard loss, and here comes Parker Romo.
I think it was all the bodies in the middle of that defense, Paul, because he had, Darnold had some options, right? He had Jalen Naylor coming across the field. He also had Jordan Addison. So for some reason, he just did not feel comfortable enough getting rid of that football. And, again, made a smart move, put 2 hands on it, and then just took the sack.
44-yard try for Parker Rowe, kicking for the first time at U.S. Bank Stadium. Snap spot, and 6 on extra points and field goals at Soldier Field, including 9 on
field goals, and on the Northland Ford dealer scoreboard. 4:42 to go in the first quarter. Game tied at 3 on the KFAN Minnesota Vikings radio network, driven by Polaris.
Hey, Mark Rosen here. Let me tell you about a great way to stream all your Vikings coverage, shows, and analysis right on your big screen TV. It's Fox Local, a free streaming app where you can watch live shows of Vikings Game Day Live or Postgame Tonight, plus a ton of exclusive stories and features that only Fox 9 can provide. So search Fox Local on your streaming device, install, and stay connected to your Vikings and local news here in Minnesota with Fox Local.
No matter who you are or what you do, there's a Ford vehicle that can help you own the day. Make life on the go a walk in the park with the new Ford Explorer. Become the MVP of the work site with the unrivaled performance of a new built Ford Tough F-Series truck, the best-selling trucks in America. Or discover what it really means to adventure in the great outdoors with the new Bronco Sport. Whether it's for work or play, there's a Ford with a great deal waiting at your local Northland Ford dealers. Don't wait. Get behind the wheel of a new Ford today. Based on calendar year total sales.
At U.S. Bank, when they say they're in it with you, they mean it. Not just for the good stuff, the grand openings and celebrations, although those are pretty great, but for all the hard work it took to get there, the fine-tuning of goals, the managing of cash and workflows, and decision-making. They're in to help you through all of it, because together they're proving day in and day out that there is nothing as powerful as the power of us. Visit usbank.com to get started today. Equal housing lender, member FDIC, copyright 2024, U.S. Bank.
For Minnesotans, the outdoors is home. Nobody gives you more ways to get there than Polaris. From Indian motorcycles and Ranger side-by-sides to Indy snowmobiles and Bennington pontoons, we bring Minnesota's best to every season. Our wooded trails, twisted highways, and the rugged shores of all 10,000 lakes are an invitation. A chance to let what's outside challenge what's inside you. Polaris. Think outside. A proud partner of your Minnesota Vikings.
Game tied at 3 between Arizona and Minnesota. Parker Romo's field goal means another donation to Field Goals for Charity, courtesy of Innovative and Posted Brands. Programs benefiting NMDP, formerly the Be the Match. Visit mndp.org/Vikings to make a difference. Boom! Here's Romo's kick, and it's returned to the 10, 15, 20-yard line. With a 25-yard return goes DJ Dallas. And the Arizona Cardinals in a game tied to 3 with 4.5 minutes to go. They look to respond to the Vikings going 9 plays, 44 yards, took 4 minutes, 20 seconds. And Parker Romo, most likely kicking in his final game for now with the Minnesota Vikings, hit a 44-yard field goal to tie the game at 3. The Alabama rookie Will Riker expected to return next week. Kyler Murray, 5 of 5, 31 yards, 1st and 10 from his own 26. He'll swing it out left side, caught well behind the line of scrimmage by James Conner. He turns it up next to the sideline across the 20, and he stopped at the 27-yard line. That'll be a gain of 2, 2nd and 8.
And Paul, to go back and play, what a great job covering the kick by Bo Richter. It was a late round Air Force guy that they brought in, and he can run. That's the measurables, right? He has unbelievable measurables, but just flying down the field and making a great play. So the Cardinals decided to bring that football out, and it was a bit of a mistake.
2nd and 8 from the Arizona 27. Pistol formation, short shotgun from Murray. Behind him, James Conner. It's play action. Kyler back to pass. Hit as he throws. Dumps over the middle, and it's caught by James Conner at the 32. Bends it left to the 33. Stopped at the 34. Eventually, it's a gain of 7 for these Arizona Cardinals. 3rd and 1 from their own 34.
And that's Kyler Murray, and that's how he's just smart. I mean, this is this offense. It's not huge chunk plays, right, Paul? It's just being positive. It's no lost yardage. It's 3, 4, 5 yards of crack to get themselves to 3rd and manageable. So that's where Murray has improved. He's almost at a 69% completion percentage. He's had a great year.
Cardinals 1 of 2 on third down. This is 3rd and 1 from their own 34 out of the pistol formation. Handoff, James Conner stood up at the line of scrimmage, but he bent it back left between the hash marks and dove for 2 yards. And another Arizona first down.
Yeah, great job. I mean, just reestablishing the line of scrimmage, but we just couldn't get the legs wrapped up on James Conner. But, Paul, again, that goes back to 1st and 2nd down, right? If that's 3rd and 4, they're punting. But because they've been able to keep 3rd and short and things 3rd and manageable, they're not having to get a whole lot on 3rd down.
Murray, 6th year from Oklahoma, 7 of 7 for 40 yards, has yet to run. Bill Vinovich and his staff slowed the game for a second, but now they back off. 3-3, 2:50 to go in the first quarter. Greg Dortch in motion to the left. Kyler Murray on a quarterback keeper left side. Turns it up to the 40, and he slides in at the 41, maybe 42-yard line. 5-yard run for Kyler, making it 2nd and 5. And this Arizona offense, Pete, is coordinated by longtime Vikings coach Drew Petzing. He was with the Vikings 2014 to 2019, working with wide receivers and quarterbacks. Drew has done terrific work with Kyler.
He has, and you could just see the growth and mainly the decision making, but tailoring an offense to fit his style.
Handoff on 2nd down to James Conner. Slow rolls it to the right, darts up between the hash marks at about the 42. Then he'll fall ahead to the 44 for a gain of 2. And now it's 3rd and 2 for Arizona from its own 44. And the Birds are 2 of 3 on 3rd down.
Yeah, they're 2 of 3 because it's been 3rd and manageable. You get a quarterback, you get a quarterback sneak, a quarterback option, and then a running play. Now you're at 3rd and 3, so they can do the short pass. Everything's kind of in play for this offense. So we got to do a better job on 1st and 2nd down.
Only the 3rd possession of the game between both teams. 6th play of a possession that's gone 19 yards for Arizona. 3rd down, Kyler back to pass. Bullet right, incomplete. Marvin Harrison Jr. broke it off to his right. The pass went to his left, and now Blake Gillikin is in to punt.
Yeah, great job by Andrew Van Ginkel to get into the backfield, get Kyler Murray, and put him on the ground. He's looping up underneath the tight end, but just stays after it, puts a hit on Murray, and getting Murray on the ground is important. He took a couple big hits last week against Seattle, right? They were questioning about, was it the head thing or whatever during the game, got checked out. So the more we can get Kyler Murray on the ground, the better.
Kyler Murray threw a pick 6 at Seattle last week, the 9th of his career. There's the snap from Aaron Brewer to Gillikin, end over end punt. Brandon Powell calls for a fair catch and brings it in at the 14. It's a 41-yard punt. Minute 24 to go in the first quarter. Game tied at 3. Vikings offense trotting out to the field from U.S. Bank Stadium. This is Minnesota Vikings football.
Every NFL Sunday, you'll hear all the big plays on SiriusXM NFL Radio's Sunday Drive.
Touchdown, Buffalo!
Follow the entire league without changing the channel.
Chiefs are in the red zone. Let's go out to Kansas City.
Plus, fantasy football updates and post-game interviews.
From Baltimore, tight end Mark Andrews.
The Sunday Drive brings you closer to the NFL. Sundays noon to 8 Eastern on NFL Radio Channel 88 in the car and on the SiriusXM app.
Vikings fans, get more of the great content you crave right now on the SiriusXM app. Just search Minnesota Vikings on the app and tap the favorite star. You not only hear the game with your hometown announcers, but you'll also get access to the pre- and post-game shows. And come back during the week for extra Vikings content, including coach and player press conferences, interviews, and much more. It's all on the SiriusXM app. Download it and search Minnesota Vikings today.
College basketball is back, and the road to the championship starts now on SiriusXM.
Knock it down!
Catch all the top games, the buzzer beaters, and the rivalries you live for in both men's and women's college basketball.
RJ Davis!
Whether you're driving, at home, or on the go, follow your favorite teams in every unforgettable moment. College basketball lives on SiriusXM. Anywhere you are, go to SiriusXM.com/sports to find out where to hear your favorite team.
This is Dave LaGreca from SiriusXM's Busted Open, and I love pro wrestling. And so do you. And that's why I'm bringing it to you every day on the Busted Open podcast. Join me in a cast of pro wrestling Hall of Famers for reactions, insights, and interviews with the biggest names. Plus, weekly sessions all about their decades of wrestling expertise that we call the Masters Class. Download Busted Open now on the SiriusXM app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Minnesota fans, hear what Coach O'Connell and the players have to say after each game on the Vikings channel. 820 on the SiriusXM app.
To the Bengals, Taylor Britt, 51-yard return. It's all tied up. Bengals, Steelers, 7-7. Now back to you, Pete.
All right, Muss, happy Sunday to Mike Mussman and everybody else. Also, we are all hoping the Vikings defense triggers another BOGO ball today. If the Vikings intercept the ball during today's game, you can earn buy one, get one free of any drink at Caribou Coffee. Thank you, Caribou, and thank you, Sam Darnold, for the wonderful performance last week against the Chicago Bears. Now he's looking to replicate it against Arizona in a game tied at 3. Sam back to pass, throws over the middle. The ball's caught by Aaron Jones, and then he dropped it at the 18-yard line. Second fumble this game for Aaron Jones, and the Arizona Cardinals have recovered the fumble at the 18-yard line.
Yeah, just careless. I mean, just being careless with the football. It's been a couple of times. This is just a simple check down that Aaron Jones needs to tuck away. I don't know if he ever had possession of it. I don't know. I mean, that's a tough one. That's a tough one to call because he had turned and was taking a couple of steps up the field. But still, Aaron Jones, I don't know what's going on with him and with this ball control, but that was not even a clean catch, so to speak, before he got up and had the safety just knock the football loose. It was actually the corner, Sean Murphy Bunting, comes in and punches that thing out.
And recovered by nose tackle Roy Lopez. All turnovers are reviewed. Vinovich and his staff have looked at it, and they've said Arizona ball. So Arizona now goes +1 in the take-give. The Vikings are +3. Aaron Jones has fumbled twice today, and overall 5 times this season, and he's lost 3. So the Arizona Cardinals gifted possession in the red area from the Vikings 19. Game tied at 3. Kyler Murray out of the shotgun, 2 in the backfield, and our first flag of the game goes the way of the road team.
Full start. Offense number 87. 5-yard penalty, still first down.
Chip Ryman, the Illinois rookie by way of Rapid City, the voice of Bill Vinovich. His staff calls the 5th fewest penalties of all the 17 crews. They're tied for most illegal use of hands calls. They've called the fewest defensive holdings of anybody in the NFL, just 3. As Murray goes back to pass and he pumps, sees nothing, sprints out to the right, nearly tripped up at the 33, runs out of bounds right in front of Blake Cashman at about the 23-yard line. So it'll be a run of 1 by Kyler Murray, and make that a run of 6. No, a run of 1. So it'll be 2nd and 14, Ben Lieber.
Yeah, looking at the philosophy of this pass rush by the Vikings, it looks like they're opting to go speed rush off the outside. Not only on that play, but the last few series, they're asking our edge defenders, just get upfield and get up there quickly to make Kyler make a decision. It looks like they want to force him to step up inside the pocket, and if he breaks outside the pocket like that, they'll have to live with that. But it looks like it's speed rush on the edges.
Empty backfield, Kyler, 2nd and 14, out of the shotgun, takes a direct snap, looks to run, goes to the middle of the pile.
Yeah, guy's on the field.
Now he throws left, flag on the play. It's caught by James Conner behind the line of scrimmage. He'll run his way to the 8.
Ineligible receiver downfield.
Right.
Offense number 72. 5-yard penalty, still 2nd down.
Yelda Froholt, 5th year from Arkansas, their center. Kyler was all messed up on that play.
Yeah, he was, and that's the frustrating part. Is it started out as a run, and then he turns around and decides to throw a screen, and too many the offensive linemen down the field blocking the run. So a design call or a quarterback called run. So they're looking for anything they could do to run the football efficiently. This is not where this team excels. Paul, is the second long, third and long, so the Vikings have an opportunity here.
10 seconds to go in the first quarter. It's 2nd and 19. Murray with a quick hitter left to Greg Dortch. Makes 2 Vikings misses. He heads to the right. Then Van Ginkel brings him down at the 31. It's a loss of 3 and a positive way to conclude quarter number 1. The game is tied at 3. The Cardinals are threatening to get some points thanks to an Aaron Jones fumble. Second quarter action shortly on the KFAM Minnesota Vikings Radio Network, driven by Polaris.
From the convenience stores in Cloquet to the supermarkets in St. Cloud, the Minnesota Lottery's Vikings scratch game is here. These are the concrete coliseums where we'll challenge chance and chase glory, where we'll gamely scratch and fearlessly scrape in pursuit of up to $100,000 in cash prizes. These are the stadiums where we come to play. Get in the game. Minnesota Lottery. I'm in. Must be 18 or older to play.
No matter who you are or what you do, there's a Ford vehicle that can help you own the day. Make life on the go a walk in the park with the new Ford Explorer. Become the MVP of the work site with the unrivaled performance of a new built Ford Tough F-Series truck, the best-selling trucks in America. Or discover what it really means to adventure in the great outdoors with a new Bronco Sport. Whether it's for work or play, there's a Ford with a great deal waiting at your local Northland Ford dealers. Don't wait. Get behind the wheel of a new Ford today. Based on calendar year total sales.
Vikings fans, be the light for a local family in need this holiday. Many families are forced to choose between paying for rent or buying groceries. Nobody should have to choose. Ring bells or donate to the Salvation Army and be a light. Every $100 raised feeds 3 families for a week, helps save a family from eviction, or provides hope when someone needs it most. Learn more at salvationarmynorth.org. Together, we can be the light.
Hey, so what's better than a Vikings win? Celebrating a Vikings win cruising around in a brand new Polaris Slingshot S or a Polaris snowmobile. So right now at Quick Trip, for every $1 you spend with Quick Rewards, you'll earn a Fan Zone point to spend in the Viking Zone. Then with your Quick Rewards app, spend points for your chance to win prizes throughout the season, like a Polaris Slingshot S. Nice. Kick off your winning season with Quick Trip and your Minnesota Vikings. See quicktrip.com/fanzone for details.
Minneapolis, game tied at 3. Quick Trip is giving away up to $100,000 in the Vikings opening kickoff. Purchase any pothole pizza or 20-ounce Pepsi or Mountain Dew with your Quick Rewards, and you're entered. One weekly winner automatically houses a $500 gift card. If the Vikings return their opening kickoff for a touchdown, then you could be $100,000 richer. QuickTrip.com/sweepstakes for details. 3rd and 21 for Arizona from the Vikings 30. 3rd and 8 and longer for the Arizona Cardinals. They are 3 of 36 this year. Anytime it gets to be 3rd and 8 or longer, this team has really struggled. They're 2 of 4 on 3rd down. Murray with 2 receivers left and right. He's going to run Trey Benson up the middle, and the tailback's going to be stopped well in advance. That's actually Imari DiMarcado right up the middle for a few yards. So Aaron Jones has fumbled twice today, 5 times this season. The most recent one he lost and set the Cardinals up right around the red area thanks to penalties and botched plays. They went backwards, but still a 45-yard field goal opportunity for Chad Ryland, second year from Maryland, 1 of 1 today. He's kicking to the west side of U.S. Bank Stadium. The holder is punter Blake Gillikin. Aaron Brewer snaps. Snap, spot, kick, up, kick is no good! Ryland misses a field goal opportunity, and the Arizona Cardinals get nothing off the Aaron Jones fumble on the Northland Ford dealer scoreboard. 14-18 to go in the first half. Game tied at 3 on the KFAM Minnesota Vikings Radio Network, driven by Polaris.
This season, Chevy brings classic pairings, cookies and milk, mistletoe and kisses, and your holiday plans and a new Chevy. Silverado 1500 gives you power and capability with 430 pound-feet of torque to haul your holiday tree. Equinox EV and the all-new Equinox offer award-winning quality and style to see you through the holiday season. See why Chevy makes everything better and brighter. Visit ChevyDealOnline.com.
You're listening to Vikings football.
This Thanksgiving, gobble up something good on the SiriusXM app. From dinner party mixes to a feast of live football, food podcasts, and more fall fixings.
Jared back, looking, lofting right side. Amon-Ra St. Brown, touch.
We're serving up the perfect soundtrack for any moment this holiday weekend.
The fantasy football playoffs are coming, and if you want to win, you need to.
There's going to be some good players.
We're here to help you overcome bye weeks, poor performance, and injuries.
You've got to have the depth. You cannot sleep on your weakest link.
You need our team of fantasy football experts now more than ever.
Some tips for late season waiver advice. Make sure you have some money for those final playoff games.
Fantasy Sports Radio, Channel 87, and on the SiriusXM app.
This is Max Crosby of the Las Vegas Raiders. Hear me every Monday night on Let's Go at 6 Eastern on Mad Dog Sports Radio, Channel 82.
Welcome back to US Bank Stadium. Arizona misses a 48-yard field goal. It's still tied 3-3. That all happened after an Aaron Jones fumble. And now, to no surprise, Cam Akers is dotting the I behind Sam Darnold.
Akers at tailback indeed with a couple of tight ends. Sam Darnold, two receivers to the left, make it one tight end. It's Johnny Munt to the right of Brian O'Neill. Offset I right, game tied at 3. Cam Akers to the right side, across the line of scrimmage, hit at the point of attack and falls ahead for a gain of 2. That'll make it 2nd and 8.
And that's really the only thing that we've seen on this offense, Paul. We've kind of stopped ourselves, right? And for whatever reason, Aaron Jones just doesn't look right. It's just been the exchanges, it's ball security, just not looking right. So this is where you need a guy like Cam Akers to step up and fill that void.
3-3 in the second quarter as Darnold goes back to pass on second down, throws a bullet to the right side. Jordan Addison with an athletic endeavor to catch the ball. It's a 4-yard gain right in front of Kevin O'Connell, head coach of the Minnesota Vikings. That'll make it 3rd and 4 from the Vikings 41. We're tied at 3, 13 and a half minutes to go in the first half. The Vikings are 0 of 1 on 3rd down against an Arizona Cardinals defense, 2nd worst in the NFL on 3rd down, giving up first downs 48% of the time. 3rd and 4 from the Vikings 41. T.J. Hawkinson with a catch in the game and motion to the left. He's inside Justin Jefferson, who stands a reception. Darnold facing a big blitz. Down goes Sam. Sacked back at the 27-yard line. A host of Cardinals got to him, led by Kaiser White, 7th year from West Virginia. It's a loss of 10, and here comes Ryan Wright.
Yeah, and that's a protection error up front, because we turned the center one way and we had absolutely no one getting over to the backside. Normally that's a spot held by the running back. And so, Paul, it's been 2 3rd down and shorts where the Cardinals have decided to pin their ears back and blitz. And in those situations, you got to know your hot routes and you got to know where to get rid of the football, because you don't need a whole lot, just a throw and a catch to move the chains.
Darnold now sacked 2 times in the first half, 33 times this season. Jake McQuaid ships it back to Ryan Wright with a beauty. Greg Dortch retreats to his 11-yard line. Here comes Dortch near side, heads to the right, gets to the 10, and Brian Asamoah says au revoir to Dortch and takes him down after a gain of 5. It's a 58-yard punt by Ryan Wright. We pause on the Northland Ford dealer scoreboard. Cardinals ball. Game tied at 3, 12-10 to go in the first half. It's Minnesota Vikings football.
Vikings fans, get more of the great content you crave right now on the SiriusXM app. Just search Minnesota Vikings on the app and tap the favorite star. You not only hear the game with your hometown announcers, but you'll also get access to the pre- and post-game shows. And come back during the week for extra Vikings content, including coach and player press conferences, interviews, and much more. It's all on the SiriusXM app. Download it and search Minnesota Vikings today.
The UEFA Champions League is back on Sirius XM FC, and this year it's bigger than ever.
Absolutely ridiculous from Real Madrid. Merseyside magic from Mo Salah.
Now with more 4 matches featuring soccer's most iconic clubs as they battle it out for European supremacy.
What a start for Inter! Haaland scores the hat-trick!
From the league phase to the final, the Champions League is on Sirius XM FC 157 and the all-new Sirius XM app.
It's the holidays, and SiriusXM's Doctor Radio is here to help with a healthy holiday survival guide. Enjoy your holiday meals without overdoing it.
Try and avoid indigestion, bloating, and reflux.
Managing you and your family's mental health.
Seasonal depression, relationship struggles, stress, and burnout.
It's Doctor Radio's Healthy Holiday Survival Guide. Available now on the SiriusXM app. Spread the word. Anyone can enjoy SiriusXM in the car during our Listen Free event, happening now through December 2nd.
No one knows football like Howard Stern.
Every time I get excited about a team, they lose.
Hard-hitting analysis.
It's not like me to try anything athletic.
And detailed play-by-play of who scored last night.
Hi, this is Travis Kelce's agent. He's going to be bigger than The Rock. I'm not kidding.
Catch the Howard Stern Show.
Today is Fan Appreciation Day.
Live at 7 a.m. Eastern on Howard 100 and the SiriusXM app.
Minnesota fans, hear what Coach O'Connell and the players have to say after each game on the Vikings channel. 8:20 on the SiriusXM app.
Game tied at 3. This Cardinals defense is coordinated by Nick Rollis. Eden Prairie, I'll make that Edina High School, played at the University of Minnesota in his second year coordinating the Cardinals defense with Jonathan Gannon. They're fooling the Vikings so far, aren't they?
Yeah, they're doing a good job. They're blitzing linebackers, and we're having some failures in protection. And so Rollis does, especially over the last couple of weeks, they've really installed and became much more aggressive and much more blitz-oriented, more of an identity of this defense.
Kyler Murray, 8 of 9, 38 yards, and another flag.
Offense number 14.
Okay.
5-yard penalty, still first down.
Interestingly here, Pete, that's 3 penalties for the Cards, 0 for the Vikings. Arizona into the game, 51 penalties, fewest in the National Football League. They already have 3.
And all 3 of them are pre-snap, right? So they're false starts, things like that. So we got to we got to get this crowd noise going, get these people into it because they're struggling right now.
Kyler Murray, 8 of 9. From under center, hands it to James Conner, right up the middle, and he's hit and smacked by Joshua Metellus and Harrison Phillips. That will be a loss of make that a gain of a yard. So it'll be 2nd and 14 for Arizona, backed up to its 12.
Yeah, great job by Harrison Phillips on that last play.
Kyler Murray. No huddle, pistol formation. The former Steeler, James Conner, behind him. Couple of receivers right, 2 tight ends to the left. 2nd and long, Kyler, play action. Steps away from the pressure. Pedal to the middle, 15, 20, 25. Middle of the field to the 30. Kyler, the creator, slides down at the 31. It's a 19-yard run for the diminutive yet spry Kyler Murray.
Yeah, you can't get too high up on, and Jerry Tillery he goes too wide to get around the guard, and it opens up too big of a gap, and that's a shame because Kyler Murray had absolutely nowhere to go with that football. Everybody was covered, so those 5 guys up front have to keep them contained in the pocket.
Murray, 3 runs, 26 yards, 1st and 10 Arizona from its own 31. Game tied at 3, 11 minutes to go in the first half. Murray back to pass, he'll swing one out right, incomplete. Dallas Turner impeded the vision of Kyler Murray, caused him to loop it more than he wanted to. Connor couldn't bring it in, 2nd and 10.
And Dallas Turner out there this entire series, so they're getting the young guy out there, getting him more playing time, and that's one of those, that's a 5-man front type of a play where you swing the back, and if the linebacker covers him up, then you can pull that thing down and run, or you just wait for him to go through and try to get it over his fingertips. So, but the athlete in Dallas Turner is out there getting some play finally.
Murray, 12 touchdowns, 4 picks this year. Game tied at 3, 2nd and 10 from his own 31. Full house backfield, and now more flags. False start Cards.
There we go.
4 penalties on the Birds.
False start. Offense number 87. 5-yard penalty. Still 2nd down.
That's Tip Ryman, the Rapid City rookie with like 1 million friends and family members here. He already has 2 penalties.
Yeah, they do so much in the way of movement and everything else, and our defensive front's doing a great job too. We've drawn them off sides with a couple of late shifts, right? The D-line lines up, and then they shift right before the snap. So we've done a lot. We've done some things defensively to pull them offside.
New Viking linebacker Jamin Davis, fourth year from Kentucky, formerly with Washington in the game. Murray goes back to pass on 2nd and 15. He'll loop it left. Caught! Nice catch, Michael Wilson at the Vikings 48 on former Cardinal Byron Murphy Jr. It's a 22-yard hook. Kyler to Wilson and a first down.
What a beautiful throw by Kyler Murray. I mean, he doesn't set his feet. He's just kind of throwing that thing all shoulder, and just a beautiful, beautiful throw. The coverage was right there. Not much you can do about that, Paul. That's just what they call a great throw and catch in the business, and it's too bad because, you know, we made him. We put them in a 2nd and 3rd and long type positions because of penalties. We got to keep them there.
Here's that 13 personnel Lieber talked about. 3 tight ends. It's a jet sweep to Greg Dortch. He's speedy left to right. Turns it up across the 50. Hit at the 47 and stopped at the Vikings 46. Greg Dortch in his 4th year from Wake Forest. It's a 6-yard run. 2nd and 4.
Yeah, nice job by Murphy, Byron Murphy on the outside. Did not really let him keep his speed going, but Dortch is kind of the gadget guy. He gets out there, and they're going to run the sweeps and all those different things with him, so we'll see.
Murray out of the shotgun. James Conner has no idea where to go. Play clock is at 10. Conner now wide left. Empty backfield. 4 receivers left, 1 right. Now Trey McBride goes in motion to the right. Kyler Murray on a very short drop. Ball's tipped in the air, and it's off the fingertips of Van Ginkel into the awaiting arms of Michael Wilson. Holy cow. Tipped by the Vikings, nearly picked off by Van Ginkel, but it's a 13-yard piece of serendipity for the Arizona Cardinals. First down at the Vikings 33.
Well, I'd rather be lucky than be good, Paul. There's no question about that. And Van Ginkel just timed his jump. It was tipped way up in the air like a jump ball, and Van Ginkel just left his feet a little bit too soon, and Cardinals get a fresh set of downs despite a ball that should have been intercepted.
Jonathan Bullard with the tip pass. 3 tight ends, 2 to the left, 1 to the right. Connor the tailback on first down. Kyler Murray, play action, floats out to the right, eyes down the field, fires a fastball, and it's caught by Elijah Mitchell. The tight end caught it at the 15, and he walks out of bounds at about the 14 for a gain of 18. We have a flag. Let's see what happens here. Bill Vinovich.
Prior to the pass, holding, defense number 98.
Yeah, really.
Penalties decline, result of the play, first down.
Wow. So we got a holding on the defense, and then, you know, one of the things is Stephon Gilmore just kind of, he was out there. He's got to work his way back in out of the vision of the quarterback, but basically he's not seeing where the receiver is, and Elijah Higgins just gets underneath him. So had he come back to the football, I think he would have been there and could have been there for the interception. So right now, you know, just not taking advantage of the mistakes that the Cardinals have made. Yeah, they got a little bit lucky on that play, but now you're getting into their strong suit, right? Goal to goal, they're the best team in the league. The red zone, they're very, very good. Hold them to a field goal here is a big victory.
Cardinals have had the ball 14 and a half minutes of the game compared to 6 and change for the Vikings. Handoff, James Conner, flag on the play, looks for the left edge, gets past the line of scrimmage, and Byron Murphy Jr., but he's thrust out of bounds at the 11 after a run of 3. 5 accepted penalties this game, 4 on Arizona, 1 on the Vikings. What do we have here?
Holding, offense number 74. 10-yard penalty, repeat first down.
That is Isaiah Adams, a rookie from Illinois. So they went with an extra offensive lineman and paid for it. It's now 1st and 20. And we've seen the Cardinals do this. On the Vikings' second possession, Aaron Jones fumbled at the 19. That's where the Cardinals started. Got a couple of penalties, backed up, then missed a field goal. Now they're inside the red area, and we have another holding. 5 penalties against the Cardinals. 1st and 20 from the Vikings 24 with 8:15 and counting to go in the first half. James Conner in motion to the left. He's going to get the call out of the shotgun across the 25 to the right side. Hit at the 22 and stopped after a gain of 2, 2nd and 18.
It's just so interesting to watch Arizona go about their business. And right now in this area, they don't want the lost yardage plays. You would think this is drop back pass territory, right? You're going to get, try to get some plays down the field, but being very, very conservative, and that's just smart because they want to at least get points on this drive.
Marvin Harrison Jr., the ballyhooed rookie, with 6 touchdowns wide right. 3 receivers left. 2nd and 18 from the Vikings 22. Here comes a blitz. Kyler Murray throws short over the middle. Caught Trey McBride. He's fast. Cashman runs him down from behind. Tried to poke the ball away at the 15. Trey McBride with a 6-yard catch and run. That makes it 3rd and 12 from the Vikings 16. Midway through the second quarter, we're tied at 3.
Man, what an elite play by Blake Cashman, Paul, as he was blitzing on that play. Was in the backfield of Arizona, getting blocked by the running back, planted his foot, and pursued down the field. So that's just an outstanding hustle play by Cashman to make this 3rd and 11.
Arizona 2 of 5 on 3rd down, 3rd and 12 from the Vikings 16. 2 receivers left and right. Murray with DeMercado to his left, facing a 5-man rush. Kyler on the back pedal, throws left, caught DeMercado, and the speedy 3rd back cannot get away from Blake Cashman near side, taken down at the 13. So that'll be a catch and run of 3 yards. Arizona now 2 of 6 on 3rd down. And Chad Ryland is in for his 3rd field goal try in the first half. He's 1 of 2.
Yeah, I think outside of the pass outside to Michael Wilson, the yards per attempt for Kyler Murray have to be like 5, right? And we're doing a good job of making him throw the short passes, rallying up for the tackles. So, again, like I said, holding this offense, who's so good in the red zone, to a field goal attempt is a win by the defense.
31-yard try, left hash, snap, spot. Ryland's a right-footed kick is good. And he kicks the Arizona Cardinals to a tenuous 6-3 lead with 6:01 to go in the first half. From Minneapolis, this is Minnesota Vikings football.
Vikings fans, get more of the great content you crave right now on the SiriusXM app. Just search Minnesota Vikings on the app and tap the favorite star. You not only hear the game with your hometown announcers, but you'll also get access to the pre- and post-game shows. And come back during the week for extra Vikings content, including coach and player press conferences, interviews, and much more. It's all on the SiriusXM app. Download it and search Minnesota Vikings today.
Through the years welcome your family and friends. Fills the season of giving and gathering with home app, along with dozens of other holiday channels and specials.
This week on Let's Go with Bill Belichick, Max Crosby, Peter King, and me, Jim Gray. The great Snoop Dogg, Bill Belichick, Tom Brady.
That opportunity to meet Al Davis went a long way because he was my friend till he left this earth. And that was the beautiful thing, is that in having that relationship. And I still love the Raiders to this day, especially Tom got his hands on them now. So I know there's something brewing with that, Jim.
Listen to the extended version of Let's Go, now available exclusively on the all-new SiriusXM app.
Hey, this is Ken Schrader.
And Kenny Wallace, inviting you to listen to our podcast, Herman Schrader, every week on Dirty Mo Media and SiriusXM.
We'll chime in on what's going on in NASCAR today, rehash stories from our racing careers,
and talk about things that have always been between us. Until now, we're always honest.
And sometimes truthful. But we're warning you, we're playing by nobody's rules.
Listen on the SiriusXM app or wherever you get your podcasts.
This is Peter King. Hear me all season long, every Monday night on Let's Go at 6 Eastern on Mad Dog Sports Radio, Channel 82.
Hey, Arizona leads the Vikings 6-3 with 6:01 to go in the first half as we pause for station identification. It's Minnesota Vikings football.
Listen to groundbreaking interviews and thrilling play-by-play all season long. Touchdown! On SiriusXM NFL Radio Channel 88 and the SiriusXM app.
Boom! There's Ryland's kick. Could be returnable, but Ty Chandler will let it bounce 2 yards deep in the end zone for a touchback. After Arizona goes 11 plays, 71 yards, took 6 minutes, 9 seconds. Chad Ryland with a 31-yard field goal make. He's 2 of 3 today. And the 6-5 Cards lead the 9-2 Vikings 6-3 with 6:01 to go in the first half. Unreal is back with its unlimited, make that with its limited edition Vikings drop. Head to unrl.com for details. And stop by the Friday Football Feast this upcoming Friday at Buffalo Wild Wings Savage, presented by Coors Light. Get the schedule at Vikings.com/BWW. Darnold, first down, back to pass, hits Jefferson left side, turns it up to the 35. JJ with a 9-yard catch and run. It'll be 2nd and 1, and with that reception, he has passed Kyle Rudolph for the 6th most receptions in the history of Minnesota Vikings football. Justin's first reception nets 9 yards, 2nd and 1 from the 40, 5.5 minutes to go in the first half. The Vikings get the ball to begin the second half, each team with all 3 timeouts. Darnold backs away from Garrett Bradbury. Gets in the ear of C.J. Ham, and now Ty Chandler, the tailback. He gets the carry. Buda Baker, their leading tackler, comes knifing through for his 9th tackle for loss this year. It'll be a loss of 1, making it 3rd and 2.
I think it's very hard to get a feel for what this defense does because of how they blitz. I mean, down and distance doesn't mean much, right? 2nd and 1, they're still, Buda Baker blitzing up from the outside. It's a very, very aggressive defense. And so no matter what the down and distance is, Paul, you've got to be ready to account for it.
The Vikings a row of 2 on 3rd down, 3rd and short from their own 39. Chandler still the tailback, offset eye right behind him. Darnold goes to Chandler. This time he follows the blocking of a pulling Blake Brandel, and he gets the first down. Hit at the 40, stopped at the 41. It's a gain of 2 yards, and a Minnesota Vikings first down as Chandler stays in the game. Aaron Jones, with his helmet on the sideline. Aaron hasn't played since he dropped the ball at the 19 and gave Arizona the football.
Yeah, I think it's just a matter of getting a little time to steam on the sidelines, and hopefully he'll be ready to go in the second half.
6-3 Arizona, about 4 minutes to go in the first half. Jefferson in motion to the left. Darnold from under center. He goes on a 5-step drop, sacked twice, almost the 3rd time, gets away. Now he runs up the middle, and he will forge ahead to the 44 for a run of 3. That'll make it 2nd and 7. Those birds had dead aim at him again.
Yeah, they're a very aggressive group up front, very, very strong. And in that last play, Dalton Reisner just let Collier get across his face, and that's one thing you hear of offensive line coaches. You can't let him cross your face.
2nd and 7 from the 44. Darnold with a bullet over the middle, caught by Jefferson at the Cardinals 40. He gets to the 35, and he'll dive ahead to the 33-yard line. 23 yards for Justin Jefferson. First down, Vikings, Ben Lieber.
Well, that was a situation where the middle zone defender didn't get a lot of depth, and I was just going to make the comment before that play that once again, we're running a lot of deeper routes with JJ, and they are getting covered because there's so much attention, even in a zone coverage. The only reception that he had before that was that step back screen for 9 yards on first down. So we have to do a better job of running some shorter intermediate routes with him, or at least finding a complement receiver underneath.
Darnold 6 of 7, back to pass on first down. Aaron Jones back in the game. It's a screen right. Somebody missed a block, and he's taken down for a significant loss. It'll be a loss of 5 yards on a screen attempt to Aaron Jones. 2nd and 15 from the Cardinals 38-yard line, and Mac Wilson Sr., credit him. Wonderful work against the screen.
Yeah, Roy Lopez getting out there too. And Paul, I like the call, because when you're facing such an aggressive defense, that's what you want to do, get out to the edges very quickly. But big time loss of down and loss of yardage. But go back to the JJ catch. Again, that's us attacking the blitz, right? They vacate a zone in the back end. You've got to get the ball off and take advantage of those.
2nd and 15 from the Arizona 38. Darnold facing another blitz. Will whip it over the middle. Caught Brandon Powell. The diminutive Brandon Powell at the 30 to the 29 for a gain of 9. And that'll make it 3rd and 6. When we return, we just hit the 2-minute warning. Arizona 6, Minnesota 3 on the KFAM Minnesota Vikings Radio Network, driven by Polaris.
Hey, Vikings fans, when you stay at Omni Viking Lakes, you stay at the official hotel of your favorite team. At Omni, we believe experiences matter, which is why we built this place for real fans like yourself, even putting it right next to the practice facility. You've dreamt of a place like this, and now you can dream in a place like this. Score! So, Vikings fans, when you're looking for a place to stay in the game at Omni Viking Lakes Hotel.
Thursdays on CBS. Ready to have your spirits lifted? Then Ghosts is the comedy for you. I mean, it's an age-old story. Couple moves into an estate only to find out it's haunted by ghosts from throughout the centuries. We've got a hippie, a ghost with an arrow through his neck, a guy who knew Alexander Hamilton, and a personal favorite of mine, a Viking. See why critics have called it drop-dead funny. All new Ghosts. Thursday, 8:30, 7:30 Central on CBS.
No matter who you are or what you do, there's a Ford vehicle that can help you own the day. Make life on the go a walk in the park with the new Ford Explorer. Become the MVP of the work site with the unrivaled performance of a new built Ford Tough F-Series truck, the best-selling trucks in America. Or discover what it really means to adventure in the great outdoors with the new Bronco Sport. Whether it's for work or play, there's a Ford with a great deal waiting at your local Northland Ford dealers. Don't wait. Get behind the wheel of a new Ford today, based on calendar year total sales.
Scoreboard Central.
Brought to you by U.S. Bank, the official bank of the Minnesota Vikings. Next week, we got Cousins coming back to U.S. Bank Stadium. So far, the Falcons are up over the Chargers 7-6, with Robinson getting a touchdown on the ground. For Russell Wilson, he has had 2 touchdowns that he's thrown. He's also thrown a pick 6, and then it was the Burrow to Chase. They have the lead now. Bengals 21-14 over the Steelers. Colts and Patriots. Patriots have a 2-point lead there, 16-14. It's Rodgers with 2 touchdown passes. The Jets are up over the Seahawks 21-7, and Daniels has a couple of touchdowns as well. Commanders all over the Titans 28-0. Now back to you, PA.
Well, we'll see if the Arizona Cardinals catch wind at halftime what's happening to Seattle, the team that beat them last week. Those two are in an absolute meat grinder to win the NFC West. Yeah. And the Cardinals lead the Vikings 6-3 out of the 2-minute warning. 3rd down, 3rd and 6 Vikings from the Cardinals 29. Addison in motion to the right. Here's a Buda Baker blitz. Down goes Sam again. He's sacked. Buda Baker came blitzing in. Everybody freaked out. And Mac Wilson Sr. closed on his 2nd sack this season. Backs the Vikings up to the 37-yard line.
Paul,
a loss of 8 yards.
It doesn't make sense. You're 3rd and 6 and 7 against this team, and we had nothing short or nothing underneath, no outlet at all for the quarterback.
Yeah.
And so he had nowhere to go with that football, right? And you don't want to go backwards and make the field goal attempt longer. You don't need to get down the field against this team. When you're 3rd and 7, you want to run those 7-yard routes underneath and catch and run for the first down.
55-yard try by Parker Romo, his longest of his short NFL career. Snap spot. Kick is... With his longest kick as a member of the Minnesota the game to a tie, 6-6 with 1:12 tap. Each team with 3 timeouts. Kyler in the Cards when we return to the KFAN Minnesota Vikings Radio Network, driven by Polaris.
Football fans, meet Pays, an online checkout offered by banks and credit unions. With Pays, checking out is fast and convenient because eligible cards appear in one place, ready to use when you order your game day food delivery, your team's latest jersey, or flights to away games. You can beef up your defense at online checkout too. Using Pays gives you added security too because actual card numbers aren't shared with merchants. Find out if your bank or credit union offers Pays today at PAZE.com.
From coin flip to final whistle, show your diehard passion for your Minnesota Vikings all season with your favorite purple and gold gear from Shields. Bring your best this year, whether you're cheering from U.S. Bank Stadium or from your living room with your favorite jerseys, hats, collectibles, and Vikings branded gear from the Shields Fan Shop. Visit us at your local Shields or Shields.com and let's cheer on the Vikings. Shields, proud partner of the Minnesota Vikings and football fans everywhere.
From the convenience stores in Cloquet to the supermarkets in St. Cloud, the Minnesota Lottery's Vikings scratch game is here. These are the concrete coliseums where we'll challenge chance and chase glory, where we'll gamely scratch and fearlessly scrape in pursuit of up to $100,000 in cash prizes. These are the stadiums where we come to play. Get in the game. Minnesota Lottery. I'm in. Must be 18 or older to play.
At U.S. Bank, when they say they're in it with you, they mean it. Not just for the good stuff, the grand openings and celebrations, although those are pretty great, but for all the hard work it took to get there, the fine-tuning of goals, the managing of cash and workflows, and decision-making. They're in to help you through all of it, because together they're proving day in and day out that there is nothing as powerful as the power of us. Visit usbank.com to get started today. Equal housing lender, member FDIC, copyright 2024 U.S. Bank.
We have 1:12 to go in the first half. Boom. Romo kicks one 8 yards deep for a touchback. And there's a new way to stream your Vikings coverage, shows and insight right on your big screen TV. It's Fox Local, a free streaming app. Search Fox Local on your streaming device. Install and stay connected to your Minnesota Vikings and local news with Fox Local.
Now, they haven't gone to Marvin Harrison Jr. yet. Don't forget about him, right?
Right.
This is the time, and this is the spot where they need to get downfield. They need a chunk play because they don't have a lot of time. They have 3 timeouts in 1:12, but don't fall asleep on number 18.
Murray, 13 of 15, 101. Goes back to pass out of the shotgun. 4-man rush. Whips one out to Trey McBride, the speedy tight end. Caught it at the 35. Out of bounds at the 36 for a gain of 6 for the third-year product from Colorado State. Second-round pick in 2022.
Well, I think what we're seeing in front of our eyes is just the difference in offenses and how they handle pressure, how they handle the blitz. Arizona, shorter routes, getting the football out quickly. Kyler Murray's doing a masterful job, whereas on our side, we're trying to block everything up and still attack deep, and we've got to take a cue from this offense.
On 2nd and 4, Murray with a quick hitter right. Knocked away Stephon Gilmore. Knocked it away from the kid Marvin Harrison Jr. at the 41. Gilmore with a wonderful play next to the boundary. 1:03 to go in the first half. 3rd and 4 for Arizona.
And Harrison, this is high school bit. When you've got to keep coming back to the football. Harrison kind of just curled up and sat there. Unless you have a deeper route that's going to hold the corner, that's going to get intercepted. So Gilmore right there, almost coming up with a big pick.
Arizona 2 of 6 on 3rd down. Each team with all 3 timeouts. 6-6 deep in the first half. Tip Ryman in motion to the left. He aligns in the backfield. 2 to the left of Kyler Murray, facing a 4-man rush on 3rd down. Fires a fastball over the middle, caught. Marvin Harrison Jr. on Shaq Griffin at the 49. Cold-blooded connection for 13 and a first down, Arizona.
You're right about that. What a beautifully thrown ball by Kyler Murray. Yeah, they kept extra receivers in. They kept the tight ends in to block, and then just try to give Kyler Murray some time. And he's being so short. He doesn't see the middle of the field very well, but man, he just let that kind of just curled up and sat there. Unless you have a deeper route that's going to hold the corner, that's going to get intercepted. So Gilmore right there, almost coming up with a big pick.
Arizona 2 of 6 on 3rd down. Each team with all 3 timeouts. 6-6 deep in the first half. Tip Ryman in motion to the left. He aligns in the backfield. 2 to the left of Kyler Murray, facing a 4-man rush on 3rd down. Fires a fastball over the middle, caught. Marvin Harrison Jr. on Shaq Griffin at the 49. Cold-blooded connection for 13 and a first down, Arizona.
You're right about that. What a beautifully thrown ball by Kyler Murray. Yeah, they kept extra receivers in. They kept the tight ends in to block, and then just try to get pass today that he's made. One to Michael Wilson earlier, and then that one to Marvin Harrison Jr., where it just being spot. Murray is fitting into the system beautifully.
He's 15 of 19, 121. He's run 3 times for 26 yards, 2nd and 10 from the 50. Kyler Murray out of the shotgun. Looks right, sees nothing. Swings to the left. Now he's under duress. He will walk out to the left, and now he runs 45-40, and he saunters to a first down at the 39-yard line. A run of 11 by Kyler Murray, shoved out of bounds by his former teammate Byron Murphy Jr., a Scottsdale, Arizona native who was the Arizona High School Player of the Year in 2015. So these cards very personal to Byron Murphy Jr.
Yeah, and Kyler Murray able to really scramble twice. He started going out to his throwing side and then redirected, and by that time pursuit had taken everybody out of it. That's how he was able to create that much space. But let him run. Don't let him throw. If he gets out every once in a while, we'll take it. But great coverage on the secondary of Minnesota.
41 seconds to go in the first half. Murray back to pass. Throw short again near side. Caught at the 35 on a crosser. Michael Wilson blasted by Joshua Metellus.
Second charge timeout. Arizona.
It'll be a gain of 5 yards, and that'll make it 3rd and 5 or 2nd and 5 from the 34.
Yeah, Paul, it's just the efficiency of this offense. Murray, 16 of 20, right? 16 of 20, so throws and catches. Nothing huge, from a play standpoint or extremely explosive. It's just the system that they're running and execution of it. And I think conversely, our offense, we're like fits and spurts. We're getting some big plays, but we're giving up sacks. We're making mistakes along the way. So, hat tip to the Arizona Cardinals and this offense. They're not out here running the football, right? I mean, we talked about their running game coming into this game, and Connor has 8 carries, but they're not focusing on the running game.
2nd and 5. 7th play of a possession that's gone 36 yards, close to halftime. Murray back to pass, throws a quickie again to the left, and it's caught by Trey McBride at the 29, and he walks out of bounds at the 27. A first down catch by McBride, Ben Lieber.
Well, I tell you what, guys, we're doing what we can try to do up front. When Kyler is scrambling around, we're running some twists. We're running some games up front to kind of keep him confused in the pocket with just a 4-man rush. But for whatever reason, we're just getting a little bit caught up on some of the offensive linemen. We've had a number of guys kind of stumbling, kind of losing their footwork a little bit. So the plan is working. We're just not quite executing the way we need to.
And the Cardinals are dominating the time of possession. Movement up front. Offside on the Vikings, assumedly.
Jihad Ward. Now, they give the center some liberties with his movement before the snap, so we'll see.
Neutral zone infraction. Defense number 52.
Yeah.
5-yard penalty. Go first down.
First penalty accepted against the Vikings today. 27 seconds to go in the first half. Cardinals have it 1st and 5 at the Vikings 22. Game tied at 6. The Vikings have 3 timeouts. Arizona has 1. Minnesota gets the ball to begin the second half. Marvin Harrison Jr., the 4th overall pick from Ohio State in the most recent draft, walks out wide right. Couple of receivers left and right on 1st and 5. Kyler Murray out of the shotgun fade to the rookie in the end zone. Marvin Harrison Jr. incomplete. Nearly came down with a wonderful catch, covered by Fabian Moreau. Fabian Moreau getting some early run, second down.
Fabian Moreau just, rolled up on Harrison and did a really nice job of forcing him out wide, because you want to narrow that corridor the quarterback can throw to. And Paul, that's a throw we've seen Kyler Murray make many, many times.
Yeah.
So just a little bit too long on that throw.
Now, Moreau's in the game in Stephon Gilmore's spot. He's had a really good first half. No Gilmore in the game. 2nd and 5 from the Vikings 22. Murray out of the shotgun. Back to pass. Throws left. Caught McBride on Metellus at the 18. It's a 4-yard catch. Clock runs, but they'll stop it with their final timeout. That'll make it 3rd and very short. Bill Vinovich.
3rd and final timeout. Arizona.
Yeah, so for Arizona, you have 17 seconds left. You
got the first down. My fault.
Oh, you have 1, maybe 2 shots at the end zone. I think he gets caught in bounds. They're going to have to really hustle out that field goal unit. So because of that, you're assuming, hey, they're going to take a shot at the end zone. If it's not there, he'll throw it away, and they'll trot out the field goal team. So make sure as a DB, you keep everybody behind you. And this is the type of play that Murray will extend, and he'll look for Marvin Harrison Jr. in the back of the end zone. So just be careful if you're a defensive back. Keep everything in front of you.
And the Vikings once again operating without Stephon Gilmore, who I can't even find on the sideline approaching halftime.
First charge timeout. Minnesota.
Yeah, Fabian Moreau getting his first run this season. Shaq Griffin, Byron Murphy, they'll make up the nickel. And up front, Brian Flores is ever-changing. But one thing we have seen a lot of today with the omission of Ivan Pace Jr. for a month of football, Dallas Turner's been playing a fair amount.
Yeah, he has, and I think he's been playing outside linebacker, and then on the third down situations or 2-minute, a little bit of an inside pass rusher, outside pass rusher. So they're using him more on third downs. You can get him on the field on third down, along with Van Ginkel and Jonathan Grenard, but on base downs he's been getting more plays. So they're getting the rookie out there and getting them some exposure.
17 seconds to go in the first half. First down, Arizona from the Vikings 17. Game tied at 6. Empty backfield. Kyler Murray, shotgun. 3 receiving options right, 2 left. Takes the snap. Quick hitter over the middle. It's caught at the 6-yard line, and it's caught by McBride. Stopped by Murphy Jr., and the Cardinals hustle to the line. 8, 7, 6. They have no timeouts remaining. 3 seconds to go, and Kyler kills the clock with 2 seconds to go, so they are going to be content with a field goal try by Chad Ryland, who is 2 of 3 in the first half.
Yeah, and you have to be happy with how the defense is played, Paul. I mean, the Cardinals are executing. They're moving the football, but we're not letting them get in the end zone. It's just our offense has really sputtered today. I mean, you look at the time of possession, it's going to be almost 20 minutes to 10 minutes, right? And so our offense is just not doing a good job of staying on the field. That's one way of taking away Justin Jefferson,
right?
Keeping him on the sideline.
24-yard try, left hash, right in front of halftime. Snap spot. Ryland's kick is up, and Ryland's kick is good. And we head to halftime. Chad Ryland, 9. Parker Romo, 6. That's right. We've had 5 made field goals and 1 missed field goal. Vikings get the ball to begin the second half, trailing 9-6 on the KFAN. Minnesota Vikings Radio Network, driven by Polaris.
Hey, so what's better than a Vikings win? Celebrating a Vikings win cruising around in a brand new Polaris Slingshot S or a Polaris snowmobile. So right now at Quick Trip, for every $1 you spend with Quick Rewards, you'll earn a Fan Zone point to spend in the Viking Zone. Then with your Quick Rewards app, spend points for your chance to win prizes throughout the season, like a Polaris Slingshot S. Nice. Kick off your winning season with Quick Trip and your Minnesota Vikings. See QuickTrip.com/fanzone for details.
Coors Light presents To Chill or Not to Chill. When your friend skips your favorite song on the playlist. End of friendship. Or choose chill because that song lives rent-free in your head anyway. And you planned ahead by bringing Coors Light to the party. And the sound of that ice-cold can cracking open was music to your ears already. Coors Light. Choose chill. Celebrate responsibly. 2024 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado.
Hey, Vikings fans, listen up. Step up your shoe game this season with Trade Home Shoes, your Minnesota-based employee-owned retailer. Trade Home Shoes has on-trend footwear for the entire family. Brands like New Balance, Hoka, On, Birkenstock, Rival Shoes, and more. With over a century of experience in 130 locations nationwide, Trade Home Shoes is where generations meet comfort and style. Trade Home Shoes. Enjoy life. Feet first.
For the Vikings, growth is a team effort. Coaches maximize performance. Teammates push your limits. But in business, who's there to help you grow? Lumen. That's who. Like saving live broadcasts from lag time, helping deliver the in-stadium experience for fans with millions more around the globe, and bringing all the benefits of the cloud to your network. So it's as secure as a defensive line and as legendary as the fans that cheer them on. Welcome to the on-demand network that meets your demands. Learn more at lumen.com. Services not available everywhere.
Minnesota Vikings Halftime Report is presented by U.S. Bank, Polaris, Happy Thursday Spiked Refreshers, and by Twin Cities Orthopedics. Now live from U.S. Bank Stadium, here's Mike Mussman.
9-6. The Cardinals have the lead here at US Bank Stadium, and here are your halftime stats presented by Lumen, official technology partner of your Minnesota Vikings. And it didn't look that great for your Minnesota Vikings offense. Only 75 yards of total offense. Sam Darnold, 8 of 9, 67 yards. That's a rating of 97.7 with 0 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. Aaron Jones, couple times he's fumbled. He lost one in the first half. He had 3 carries, 16 yards, 5.3 he goes with a long of 8. And Justin Jefferson, it took a long time for them to actually get him the ball. He has 2 receptions, though, and 32 yards so far in the first half. Kyler Murray on the other side, 19 of 25, 149, 0 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. That's a passer rating of 90.2. Murray also on the ground led the way for the Cardinals. 4 carries, 37 yards. And Trey McBride, that guy is dangerous. 7 receptions, 49 yards, along of 11. And those are your halftime stats. Let's go look at other scores around the league. Next week, we got Kirk Cousins coming back to US Bank Stadium. The Falcons right now do trail the Chargers at halftime, 9-7. Wilson has 2 touchdowns and a pick 6. Steelers have the lead, 24-21. Then you got the Colts Patriots, where that one's just a 2-point game there. 16-14. Patriots have the lead. Seahawks getting back into this game after the Jets had a big lead on them, and Rodgers a couple of touchdowns, 21-16. And the Commanders all over the Titans. That one's 28-0. And Daniels with a couple of touchdowns. Hey, located at Eden Prairie Center, Wildfire offers a selection of steaks, chops, and seafood in a modern-day 1940s supper club. You can join them for lunch or dinner or carry out. Plan your next corporate or social event in one of their private rooms, or you can let them cater to your home or office. Visit wildfirerestaurant.com. All right, Tatum Everett from the VEN Vikings Entertainment Network going to join me coming up here in the second half of your halftime show. While we're watching on the field, our very own KFAN's John Kriesel being honored on the field with other military members. Super, super cool here at halftime. 9-6. Cardinals have the lead. This is Vikings football.
Hey, football fans, this is Jim Miller.
And I'm Pat Kerwin. Be sure to join us tomorrow for Moving the Chains at 3 p.m. Eastern on NFL Radio.
We'll be recapping all the action from Sunday and getting you ready for Monday Night Football as Jameis Winston and the Browns take on Bo Nix and the Broncos.
Plus, we'll keep you up to date with the latest injury news and talk with both Falcons head coach Raheem Morris and Bucs head coach Todd Bowles.
So come talk some ball with us tomorrow at 3 p.m. Eastern, Sirius XM, NFL Radio, Channel 88, and the all-new Sirius XM app.
Give back this holiday season and join the fight against hunger with Sirius XM and Why Hunger's annual country superstar carry /Hungerthon now.
If you want to win your fantasy football league, you need to listen to Fantasy Sports Radio.
What a play!
From start-sit decisions to waiver wire advice to injury updates, Sirius XM Channel 87 helps you win your fantasy football league. With expert advice from Jeff Mans.
Making the most moves doesn't result in the most wins.
Howard Bender.
Just because you're allowed to make a waiver move doesn't mean you have to make a waiver move.
Jeff Ratcliffe.
Don't overvalue wide receiver cornerback.
Bob Harris.
If you're in a league that doesn't have IR, go out and start looking to waiver wires for players who are about to be activated.
Adam Ronis.
Personally, I don't like trading for injured players because there's a risk of a setback.
And so much more.
You've done wonders for me through the years.
Winning strategies from the best analysts in the business are on Fantasy Sports Radio, Sirius XM 87, and on the all-new Sirius XM app.
Minnesota fans, hear what Coach O'Connell and the players have to say after each game on the Vikings channel. 820 on the Sirius XM app.
Welcome back. Vikings Football Sunday here at US Bank Stadium. On Muss, it's 9-6. The Cardinals have the lead over your Minnesota Vikings, and Lifetime is the athletic country club of the Minnesota Vikings. It champions healthy, happy kids and families. Learn more at lifetime.com. Lifetime That is lifetime.life/kids. Sorry about that one right there. Tatum Everett is joining me now from the VEN. And Tatum, the first half, 9-6, hasn't been the most exciting of games. But what's really weird is it just keeps happening. Aaron Jones putting the ball on the ground. He's done it twice, lost one.
Yeah, it's a career high for him. He matched his career high of 5 turnovers, which isn't great. But he doesn't have like a huge history of doing this. That was in 2022. Last year, he only had 2. So I don't know what it is there, if it's just a mindset or if it's just the nerves, maybe like, oh no, is it going to happen again to me or what it is. But it always seems to be on similar like fluke plays. I don't know, but ball security is definitely an issue. I mean, the defense really helped holding up their end of the bargain there to force the Cardinals to kick a field goal, and they missed it. So no points off the turnovers, but you can't be doing that when your offense is having such a hard time getting into a rhythm.
Yeah, only 75 yards in the first half for your Minnesota Vikings offense. And then the Cardinals defense, they got that 5-man front that they like to run. But, man, we always talk, and everybody talks about how the Vikings like to blitz. Whoa, boy, here come the Cardinals. And the worst part about that is that we're not, like, making quicker passes. We're not shortening routes. We're trying to still do our offense, and it's really not working. 3 sacks so far in the first half.
And all on third down, which, if you're playing a 9-6 game and you're relying on Parker Romo to kick field goals, which he's obviously been awesome doing, but you can't keep backing up. You can't keep going in the opposite way if you're on third down, right? Like, that's never going to end well. I don't know what it is, but there was that one sack where it was like Sam didn't even have a half a second to think.
Oh, yeah.
Before it was just
right up the
onslaught all over him. I mean, they've lost 24 yards total on these 3 sacks. I wouldn't be surprised if they come out here and start, short passes, gaining the confidence back. You have to respect the run. They need to put the ball on the ground. I mean, I think it was 75. You said 75 total yards, but it was 32 rushing yards and 43 passing yards.
Yeah, not really impressive.
Doesn't feel great.
No, not at all.
Does not feel great.
Well, and then on the other side, you got the Cardinals. They are hitting quick passes. They are, using Murray's legs to actually move the ball, and they've been very efficient with it, and that's why the time of possession is definitely in their favor.
Yeah, no, totally in their favor. And you just see Murray, he's able to he's slippery. Like, he just kind of gets out in space and he's able to eat up time. He buys a lot of time for his receivers. They're able to move around. The targets have been there. The defense is that bend don't break attitude. It's a game where, like, the Vikings are down by 3, but it feels like the Cardinals, it could have been a whole lot worse. So, you come out here, you tell yourself it's 0-0. You start all over again, and you find that rhythm on offense. And hopefully that's more JJ. We didn't see him until 6 minutes in the second quarter. And obviously it was good to see that first down pass, to see him get a little bit more yards. But yeah, no, I mean, this is a brutal one. This is a brutal one so far.
Well, Tatum, thank you so much. Appreciate it. As we're at the half, it's 9-6. The Cardinals have the lead. We do get the ball to kick off the second half here, and you can showcase your football fandom by submitting your photo as the Jameson Football Fanatic of the Week. Enter at Vikings.com for your chance to win weekly prizes, and one Jameson Football Fanatic is going to be winning a co-branded mini fridge. It must be 21 plus to enter. As I mentioned, halftime, we got the second half coming up. Vikings get the ball to kick that off with PA, Pete, and Ben on the Minnesota Vikings Radio Network, driven by Polaris.
Go ahead, eat the Land O'Lakes butter and cheese, because when you spread that butter to every corner of your bread and sprinkle that cheese over everything, you're spreading goodness to our farmer owners and their communities. So don't hold back. Go ahead, eat the Land O'Lakes cheese. Eat the Land O'Lakes butter. Savor every moment of it. Eat it like you own it, because 1,000 of our farmer owners do. As a hometown Minnesota company, Land O'Lakes is a proud sponsor of the Vikings.
Make gifting simpler this holiday season with all things cooking, cleaning, and more from Kenmore. From countertop ice makers to air purifiers to hard floor cleaners and the latest in dishwashers and refrigerators. Find great deals for every room of the home and for everyone on your list, including you, at Kenmore.com/Vikings. Get more from Kenmore, a proud partner of the Minnesota Vikings.
No matter who you are or what you do, there's a Ford vehicle that can help you own the day. Make life on the go a walk in the park with the new Ford Explorer. Become the MVP of the work site with the unrivaled performance of a new built Ford Tough F-Series truck, the best-selling trucks in America. Or discover what it really means to adventure in the great outdoors with the new Bronco Sport. Whether it's for work or play, there's a Ford with a great deal waiting at your local Northland Ford dealers. Don't wait. Get behind the wheel of a new Ford today. Based on calendar year total sales.
Hey, friends with food allergies, life is about to get way easier. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Yes, it... Look, let's not argue. You've got enough stress. Just remember this name. Liam's. Liam's. Lee to the ums. As in Liam's frozen entrees that are free of the top 9 allergens. What? Gluten-free, too. Delicious, nutritious, ready in minutes, safe meals for you, your kids, and even those adorable people who can eat whatever they want. Liam's rocks. To find which grocer's freezers are cool enough to stock Liam's, head to saferplate.com.
Let's get into the second half from U.S. Bank Stadium. Skull Champ, a little energy inside this building. It's been sneaky quiet during the 9-6 first half. Vikings get the ball to begin the second half. And here's quick trip trivia entering today's game. How many consecutive games have the Vikings won when hosting the Cardinals? 5, 7, 9, 11. It's 11, provided by Quick Trip and QuickTrip.com. Last time the Cardinals in Minnesota. Otherwise, 11 consecutive wins in this state for the Vikings against these birds. Ryland, who's made 3 first-half field goals, he's set and boom! There's the kick to begin the second half. Driving Ty Chandler back 6 yards deep in the end zone. And here comes Sam, the man on the fan. Sam Darnold, 8 of 9, 67 yards. Aaron Jones, 3 runs, 16 yards. 2 fumbles, including 1 lost. That put the Cardinals at the 19 of the Vikings. They eventually would miss a field goal. Ryland is 3 of 4 kicking field goals. Parker Romo is 2 of 2, including a career-long 55-yarder right in front of halftime. Justin Jefferson, 2 catches, 32 yards. He's wide right. Offset eye right behind Darnold, who goes play action from under center. Sam for Jefferson, left side, incomplete at the Cardinals 43. Flags come in from all over the place, and they're going to tag Sean Murphy bunting.
Pass interference.
23.
Defense number 23.
Yeah.
Spot foul. Automatic first down.
Spot foul puts the Vikings in Cardinals territory, and for Arizona, that is its 6th penalty into the game. The Cardinals only had 51, fewest in the NFL. That's a 28-yard infraction.
Yeah, very disciplined ball. Again, we've got to figure out a different way to attack the blitz. I mean, Darnold almost was sacked again on that last play, almost got hit in the arm. You don't have to go 30, 40 yards down the field. You got to have a short and intermediate type game and run after the catch. Don't be afraid to run after the catch.
First down, pistol formation, short shotgun for Darnold, hands it to Aaron Jones, who weaves his way up the middle across the 40, hit by their leading tackler, Buda Baker, at the 37. It's a run of 5 for Aaron Jones, 2nd and 5, and Kevin O'Connell and Sam Darnold are in a hurry. They get everybody up to the line of scrimmage on 2nd and 5 from the Cardinals 37. Trailing 9-7. Quick snap. Darnold shotgun. Looks left. Pumps. He'll fire left. Caught Hawkinson first down. Outside the numbers to the 30. And he'll dive ahead to the 25-yard line. It is a 12-yard catch by T.J. Hawkinson.
Yeah, and the hurry-up offense, Paul, I mean, when you're this far behind in the time of possession, it's not exactly what you want to do. But it keeps the defense from being able to make personnel substitutions, from putting in specific people into blitz and do certain things. So getting them to the line of scrimmage, I think, is part of the answer to the aggressiveness of this Cardinals defense.
A first down from the Arizona 25, first possession of the second half, 3 receiving options right. Now Jordan Addison in motion in front of Darnold out of the shotgun on first down, protected sweetly, bounces around, he'll pump, now he looks to run, and he'll get to the 25 and then back up behind the line of scrimmage and nearly throw it right to Kaiser White. Aaron Jones was stumbling about right in front of his bench. The whole thing was discombobulated from the outset, 2nd and 10.
Well, he had all day to throw. There just wasn't anybody open. So that's the good side, is he had plenty of time, and he pulled that thing down, and he was just trying to get rid of it. Did not see Kaiser White, who was hanging out by the sideline, and came back into the picture. So, again, if you're going to throw it away, just throw it where nobody can possibly catch it. But a better job by Darnold, I think, to just survey the field, take his time, and then, try not to make a bad decision.
2nd and 10 from the Arizona 25. Cardinals rush 4. Darnold, straight drop. He'll pass it over the middle. It's batted away at the line of scrimmage. It's incomplete. Puncher's chance, outside chance for Victor Dimukeji to intercept it, but he couldn't bring it in. 3rd and 10.
Had a lot of time surveying the field on a quick throw, and he had Hockenson wide open. It's just, get it to him. Get rid of that football. He's holding on to it a little bit right now.
Vikings 1 of 4 on 3rd down. This is 3rd and 10 from the Cardinals 25. Darnold to the end zone for Naylor. Incomplete. He overthrew him, and it nearly was intercepted by Garrett Williams, who has 2. And the Vikings start the second half nicely. They get a 28-yard penalty against Jefferson into Arizona territory, but then it stalls. And Parker Romo is in to try a 43-yard field goal to hopefully tie the game.
Now, it's just a 3-man route. So we only had 3 receivers out. Everybody else was in for protection, and really no place to go with that football. And Darnold, I think, just heaved it over the middle of the field.
Romo, 10 of 10 on field goals this year. Snap, spot from 43. The kick is up, and he missed it right. Parker Romo's first miss keeps the game at 9-6 on the sleep number scoreboard. Cardinals ball with 13.5 minutes to go in the 3rd quarter on the KFAN Minnesota Vikings Radio Network, driven by Polaris.
You're free now. Free to fill your feed with impossibly chunky chunkers who chunk harder than you ever thought possible.
Cats, corgis, babies, baby penguins, baby pandas, chunky baby pandas.
Free to make your smart devices do silly things. Free to open a world of remote work and a portal into Gametopia.
Who's the boss now?
Free to be everything you imagine, and then some. That's how it feels to have Quantum Fiber Internet. Quantum Fiber, your world unleashed. Learn more at quantumfiber.com. Limited availability, service in select locations only.
You're listening to Vikings football.
To truly go inside the game of pro football, you need to see things from the player's perspective.
Let's go.
Every Tuesday at 7 p.m. Eastern, catch the Player's Point.
Let's go. Let's bring the energy.
Join NFL tight end Colin Thompson and Miami Dolphins fullback Alec Ingold as they break down the biggest stories in the NFL.
It's an encouraging way to look at football.
The Player's Point. Every Tuesday at 7 p.m. Eastern on NFL Radio, Channel 88 in the car and on the all-new Sirius XM app.
Here's what's happening on Sirius XM Sports.
Week 13 of the NFL season continues on Sunday with several huge matchups that could help determine who makes the playoffs and who doesn't. SiriusXM NFL Radio has a complete breakdown and in-depth analysis of every single game. That's on your home for the NFL, Channel 88, and on the SiriusXM app.
SiriusXM Sports, wherever you are. Your team plays here.
Christian McCaffrey and the San Francisco 49ers.
They give it to Christian off the right side. Cutback. Touchdown! CMC!
Take on Josh Allen and the Buffalo Bills.
Allen going to take it and run, and he's got the first down and more, and muscles his way into the end zone.
Tonight at 8:20 p.m. Eastern. Catch the national broadcast on NFL Radio Channel 88. The 49ers call on Sirius 83 XM 226. The Bills call on Sirius 85 XM 225. In the car and on the Sirius XM app.
This is Bill Belichick. Hear me break down the week in the NFL every Monday night on Let's Go, 6 Eastern on Mad Dog Sports Radio, Channel 82.
Welcome back to U.S. Bank Stadium. The defense takes over the field as we missed a 43-yard field goal. Now listen, guys, going back to the first half, the Arizona Cardinals offense picked up 13 first downs. Only 3 of those came off of a third down conversion, meaning that they moved the chains 10 different times on first and second down. So we talk about, Pete, we have to play great on first and second down. We did that early on in the game, but certainly did not finish the first half strong doing that same thing.
And the Cardinals have 228 yards of offense compared to 92 for the Vikings. Handoff James Conner left side, and he runs right into Jalen Redmond. It'll be a loss of 2 TFL for Jalen Redmond, so make it 226 yards of offense for Arizona, Pete. Just 92 for the Vikings.
Yeah, great job by Van Ginkel as well. And that's the part that concerns me, is the time of possession being so warped or one-sided as it is, that if the Cardinals, if you let them run the football now, they'll just run it and eat the clock up the rest of the game, right? And so 3 and out we need here, so this is a big down right here, second down.
Murray, 19 of 25, 149. Play action from under center. Flag on the play. He'll elude the pressure, stepping to the left, throws, and it is incomplete. Looking for Marvin Harrison Jr., Bill Vinovich.
Holding. Offense number 87.
Yeah.
Penalty decline. Result of the play, third down.
I mean, this Illinois rookie, Chip Ryman from Rapid City, South Dakota, who has 1 million friends and family members here, he must be nervous. That's like his 3rd penalty.
Well, it's another thing. They decide to block Andrew Van Ginkel with the tight end, and that's not a matchup they're going to win a lot. A tight end is not an offensive tackle. That's why they pay offensive tackles so much money. So Ryman, asked to do something very difficult in that situation.
3rd and 12, Cardinals, one of the 2 worst conversion teams on 3rd and 8 and longer in the NFL. This is 3rd and 12 from their own 31. 3 receivers right. Murray out of the shotgun, whips it over the middle, knocked away. Fabian Moreau.
Oh, come on.
A flag comes in late from the back judge. Moreau on Greg Dortch. Now, they're short of the first down with the infraction if it's a spot foul. I believe this is at the 41 or 42. They need the 43, Bill.
Pass interference.
23.
Defense number 23.
Hey.
Spot foul. Automatic first down.
Oh, automatic first down.
He had his left arm on the guy's shoulder, but he did the best that he could. Yeah. In this day and age, that's kind of a chintzy call.
Yeah.
I mean, he did have his left arm on that. He's going to say Dortch couldn't lift both hands up to catch it because he had a grab of his arm. So I don't know, man.
And Moreau is playing because Stephon Gilmore tweaked a hamstring in the first half. Went back to the locker room right in front of halftime. He's on the sideline now, but sans a helmet, which means unless something changes, he's not coming back in. On first down, Kyler Murray, play action, rolls out to the right, throws to the right, and it's caught by Marvin Harrison Jr. on Shaq Griffin, gain of 9, 2nd and 1. They scrimmage from the Vikings 47.
All game long, we've seen tight coverage, okay? And Kyler Murray just threading the needle on a lot of these throws, getting them in there. So we've done nothing really to knock him off his timing. And again, this offense continues at 5 to 7 to 8 yards a chunk.
Yeah.
We got to stop it.
The Vikings into the game with the 4th most sacks in the NFL, 38. They have 0. Also the most interceptions in the game at 16. They also have 0. On first down, 2nd and short, that is handoff James Conner. And on a delayed run, he heads up the middle to the 45 and gets to the 43. It's a run of 4 and another Arizona Cardinals first down.
Yeah, and Paul, you're getting a look at this time of possession, and the Cardinals know it's lopsided their way. It's not like they've come into this game, they're around the middle of the pack as far as time of possession goes, but they've done a masterful job at being efficient. Not a lot of incompletions, not a lot of sacks, a few penalties, but that's about it.
Here comes the Cardinals' 45th play. They're averaging 5.5 yards a play as Murray rolls out to the right. He hits Trey McBride on the run at the 40-yard line in front of his bench. Cam Bynum assists him out of bounds at the 36-yard line. So that's a quick-hitting hit of 6, maybe 7 yards, 2nd and 3.
Right, and again, that play is defended about as well as you can. Cashman doing a great job putting pressure on Murray, and Cam Bynum getting out there late, but just that's what this offense does. It's amazing how efficient they've been.
On 2nd and 3 from the Vikings 36, McBride with 8 catches, 56 yards. He's the tight end right from under center. Handoff, James Conner runs left side, first down. Hit at the 30, bounces off everything purple and gold, and gets to the 27 for a gain of 9 yards. James Conner, 9 yards, and a first down for Arizona, leading 9-6.
Yeah.
10.5 minutes to go in the third quarter.
And Paul, that's what I'm afraid of. You know, you get Harrison Phillips there, gets the arm tackle out there. Connor's a big back. Hard to bring him down. If you don't stop the run against these guys, they're just going to take 5-6 yards a chunk.
And they've run for 90 yards against the best rush defense in the NFL. 1st and 10 from the Vikings 27. Murray is under center, puts Greg Dortch in motion. Handoff to James Conner. He slow rolls it up the middle, bounces off Blake Cashman at the 25, and James Conner will fall ahead for a gain of 4, making it 2nd and 6.
Now, you mentioned the 90 yards of rushing, 37 of which has come from Kyler Murray. So he's been able to, put some yards on the ground. And but again, that's the part that concerns me, is just being able for Kyler Murray to hand that thing off and then get the third manageable like they try to do. This is like one brick at a time that they're building the wall.
They're averaging nearly 5 yards a run against the 2nd best yards per carry defense in the NFL. 2nd and 7, Murray back to pass, looking one way, it's right, throwing right, incomplete. Marvin Harrison Jr. covered by Fabian Moreau. So, as to be expected, when you have a deep backup in who has not played at all this year like Fabian Moreau, Kyler's going to identify him. Didn't work that time, 3rd and 7.
Yeah, great job. Fabian Moreau's right in the right spot. Harrison just didn't look back quickly enough. And after the play, Kyler, you could see the frustration with Kyler Murray because it was there. Right, you had a lot of room between Harrison and the sideline, and that's exactly where he threw the football. I've been extremely impressed with the accuracy of Kyler Murray today.
The Cardinals are 3 of 7 on 3rd down. This is 3rd and 7 from the Vikings 24. Arizona leads 9-6 in the third quarter. Murray out of the shotgun. He's going to give it to the speedy DeMercado. Heads to the left and gets nothing. Thwarted and stopped by the Minnesota Vikings defense on 3rd and 7. They'll give him a yard. And Chad Ryland rolls in for his 5th field goal try today. He's missed one.
Yeah, think about that. 3rd and 7, and they're doing what? They're running the football. Why? They don't want to lose yardage. They don't want to make this any longer of a field goal attempt than what it already is. So it's a conservative, style of offense that they're executing brilliantly because our offense can't stay on the field.
40-yard try left hash. Ryland has made 3. Snap spot. The right-footed Ryland kick is up, and it's good. Just inside the right upright. He's made 4 field goals, and with 8.5 minutes to go in the third quarter, on the Sleep Number scoreboard, Arizona 12, Minnesota 6. It's Minnesota Vikings football.
Vikings fans, get more of the great content you crave right now on the Sirius XM app. Just search Minnesota Vikings on the app and tap the favorite star. You not only hear the game with your hometown announcers, but you'll also get access to the pre- and post-game shows. And come back during the week for extra Vikings content, including coach and player press conferences, interviews, and much more. It's all on the Sirius XM app. Download it and search Minnesota Vikings today.
Nobody covers the National Football League.
They give Mahomes time for the end zone. He throws it. It's caught. Touchdown!
Like SiriusXM NFL Radio, Channel 88. Our team of former players, coaches, and front office executives like Pat Kerwin, Jim Miller, Rich Gannon, Alex Smith, and Hall of Famer Bill Polian brings you closer to the game. If it's happening, we are there. Live from the Scouting Combine in March to the Draft in April. And in the summer, SiriusXM NFL Radio takes you to all 32 training camps. We connect you with the history of the game on stage for Hall of Fame weekend. Hear all the primetime play-by-play action from opening night through the Super Bowl.
Spectacular in every way. Confetti flying in the air.
Your 24/7 home for the NFL all year long. SiriusXM NFL Radio, Channel 88.
Hey everyone, it's your friend John Mayer here. Genres aren't rock or pop or hip-hop. They're real genres of life. They're like Mondays, dinner with family, songs I remember from junior high. And that's what you're going to get on Life with John Mayer. It's my music, it's everyone else's music. It's singing in the shower and a quiet night at home. Come along with me as I play music that fits the moments of your life as they happen. On now, Channel 14, and on the SiriusXM app.
Get a little home cooking right on your phone. Your hometown announcers are always on the SiriusXM app. SiriusXM Sports. Wherever you are, your team plays here.
Alrighty, Vikings fans. Right now, you can pick up a commemorative Pepsi Vikings Cup at U.S. Bank Stadium for your chance to win Victor's Ride or other great prizes. Fill your cup with an ice-cold Pepsi and get ready for game day. Minnesota Vikings football is better with Pepsi, so let's go. It is 12-6, Arizona. They go 10 plays, 45 yards, took nearly 5 minutes. Chad Ryland has made 4 field goals from 5 tries, and thus the 12-6 lead for the Arizona Cardinals. Sam Darnold, 9 of 13, 79 yards, 0 TDs, 0 picks. Aaron Jones, 4 runs, 21 yards. Aaron has had 2 fumbles this game, and he lost 1. Darnold has run a couple of times for 11 yards. Justin Jefferson, 2 catches, 32 yards. His first reception moved him past Kyle Rudolph, who's at the game today, for 6th all-time in Minnesota Vikings history for receptions. And the aforementioned JJ with the gold cleats, wide left, Addison wide right on 1st and 10, straight eye behind Sam Darnold. CJ Ham in front of Aaron Jones, who gets the call left side. Aaron heads to the left, looking to gain a head of steam, but Roy Jones wraps him up after a gain of 1 yard. Make that Roy Lopez, 4th year from Arizona, a Tempe, Arizona native. Played in Tucson collegiately. He's all Arizona, and he's doing quite the good job.
Yeah, Paul, you look at this off, we've run 26 plays to the Cardinals 49, and we have 93 yards of offense.
Wow.
So far. So it's just been a grind, and we haven't been able to figure anything out offensively.
Offset eye right behind Darnold on 2nd down. He wants to pass out of it. Oh, he's smacked! He was hit on a massive blitz by Mac Wilson Sr., who has 2 sacks this game. Sam, the man on the fan, has been sacked 4 times this game, and for the 5th time this year, he's been sacked at least 4 times in a game.
Yeah, and what they're doing, the linebackers are not blitzing from the line of scrimmage. They're kind of taking their time, and Mac Wilson just after the snap took his time and then accelerated, and Darnold didn't know what to do with the football, couldn't get rid of it, and then boom, you get sacked. So it's not necessarily protection per se. It's more or less having a plan to get rid of the football.
Wilson Sr. had 1 sack this season into the game. Now he has 3. Darnold with the Vikings 1 of 5 on 3rd down. Back to pass on 3rd and 15. Throws left, incomplete. Right in front of the Cardinals bench, looking for Justin Jefferson. And the man jumping up and down wearing the black sweats on the Cardinals sideline is Nick Rollis, their defensive coordinator, and Edina, Minnesota native. And he was one of several on this Cardinals staff to coach with the Minnesota Vikings. He was here 2018 to 2020 as assistant linebackers coach. He's doing a really good job with these Cardinals today. Ryan Wright with a spiraling line drive. Dortch will let bounce at the 35. Then he picks it up at the 24, and he's shoved out of bounds at the 30. It's a 50-yard punt by Ryan Wright. 6:59 to go in the 3rd quarter. The 6-5 Cardinals 12. The 9-2 Vikings 6. On the KFAN Minnesota Vikings radio network, driven by Polaris.
Why do 90% of Vikings players have a Sleep Number smart bed? Because they need a bed that adjusts to their individual shape, position, and temperature preferences to help boost recovery time. Sleep Number does that. Game-changing sleep is life-changing. And now, during our Black Friday sale, save 50% on the Sleep Number limited edition smart bed, exclusively at a Sleep Number store near you. Learn more at sleepnumber.com. Official sleep and wellness partner of the Minnesota Vikings.
Make gifting simpler this holiday season with all things cooking, cleaning, and more from Kenmore. From countertop ice makers to air purifiers to hard floor cleaners and the latest in dishwashers and refrigerators. Find great deals for every room of the home and for everyone on your list, including you, at kenmore.com/Vikings. Get more from Kenmore, a proud partner of the Minnesota Vikings.
No matter who you are or what you do, there's a Ford vehicle that can help you own the day. Make life on the go a walk in the park with the new Ford Explorer. Become the MVP of the work site with the unrivaled performance of a new built Ford Tough F-Series truck, the best-selling trucks in America. Or discover what it really means to adventure in the great outdoors with the new Bronco Sport. Whether it's for work or play, there's a Ford with a great deal waiting at your local Northland Ford dealers. Don't wait. Get behind the wheel of a new Ford today. Based on calendar year total sales.
Scoreboard Central.
Brought to you by the Minnesota Lottery, where you can play the new Viking scratch game from the Minnesota Lottery for a chance to win up to $100,000 instantly. Falcons up over the Chargers 10-9. 27-21. Steelers have the lead with Wilson a couple of touchdowns, and he's thrown over 300 yards in that game. It's 17-16. Colts have the lead over the Patriots. For the Seahawks, they're trying to get back into this one. Geno Smith, 122 yards through a touchdown, but they still trail the Jets 21-16. Commanders 28-7. Finally, the Titans get on the board, and it's 6-3 Texans over the Jags. Before we throw it back to Paul Allen, let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. This is Minnesota Vikings football.
Interact with our stable of former players, coaches, and executives all day long on SiriusXM NFL Radio Channel 88 and the SiriusXM app.
Alrighty, happy holiday season, everybody. Thank you for listening to Vikings football on the KFAN Vikings Radio Network. 12-6 Arizona leads with Ben Lieber and Pete Bursich. I'm Paul Allen. It's the Vikings' first home game in the last month after sweeping a 3-game road trip. This is the first of 3 consecutive at home. Kirk Cousins in the Atlanta Falcons this time next week, followed by Monday Night Football against the Chicago Bears. Kyler Murray, 1st and 10 from his own 27. He has 3 tight ends. Make that 2 tight ends and an extra offensive lineman. Kelvin Beachum has come into the game. Murray rolls out to the right, eyes down the field. He'll walk out of bounds at the 30-yard line, gain of 3, 2nd and 7.
That's still positive yardage, though, right? And Paul, you're watching how this game is starting to stack up with the time of possession almost 2-1 in favor of the Cardinals. You know, offensively, we're at 87 net yards. So defensively, you either have to force a turnover at some point or force them here on a 3-and-out, which is very difficult to do because this offense is just so efficient. 2nd and 7 from the Arizona 30.
Murray goes under center, puts Greg Dortch in motion. Play action. Kyler on a deep drop, yet to be sacked. Throws to the right, man there, caught first down. At the 47-yard line, Marvin Harrison Jr. making his HOF daddy proud with a 16-yard connection, first down.
Yeah, they got the one-on-one coverage on the outside that they wanted, so they ran the play fake and really kind of a double move by Harrison. So
on Fabian Moreau.
If they see that, if they're seeing that isolation from the outside, they're going to start attacking that.
On first down, Kyler Murray from under center. He's going to hand the ball off, and the tailback heads to the left side. It's Trey Benson, the rookie Seminole. No gain. 2nd and 10 from the Arizona 46. 5:42 to go in the third quarter in what has been a very swiftly moving game. Arizona leads 12-6.
Yeah, and you start looking at the clock and how this is going. You wonder how many possessions our offense is going to have the rest of this football game, right? So you start sweating that, and I mean, can we afford to give up another field goal? Because that makes it a two-score game.
Arizona with 17 first downs compared to 7 for Minnesota. 2nd and 10. Murray on a deep drop from under center. Looks right, and now he'll throw right, incomplete. Tip Ryman. Flag came in late. Tip Ryman, the Illinois rookie, left his feet to bring it in. Unofficially, it'll be 3rd and 10. We'll see what Bill Vinovich has to say. It's against the Cards. Sweet.
Yeah, probably again. It's a late call. I saw
holding. Offense number 72. 10-yard penalty. Repeat, second out.
Yelled a Froholt to center. So just had a huge grab on Blake Cashman. Really spun him around. So took him a while to throw that penalty. So I don't think they saw it right away per se. But the Vikings decide, instead of declining it, Paul, they're marching them back, and that's kind of what this game's all about, right? Position now is becoming extremely important.
7 penalties, 68 yards against the least penalized team in the game, the Arizona Cardinals. 2nd and 20. Kyler Murray out of the shotgun, throws over the middle, and it's caught at the Cardinals' 47-yard line, and it's brought in by Michael Wilson, attacked by Theo Jackson. We have a Theo Jackson sighting, gain of 11. We go down to Ben Lieber.
Well, guys, going back to that last play, it was actually quite funny because the flag was late, because Cashman, after he got spun around, turned to the referee and actually grabbed his own shoulder pads. He was like, hey, man, he's grabbing me. Come on. And he's like, yeah, you're right. Yeah, I did see you get kind of pulled. So that's when he threw the flag. So it was a good 2 to 3 seconds after the play was dead that he threw the flag, all because Blake Cashman did a great job just lobbying to him.
Patrick Jones is down, and he's hurt. So we pause. 4:54 to go in the third quarter. Cardinals lead 12-6. From U.S. Bank Stadium, it's Minnesota Vikings football.
I'm Mariah Carey.
This holiday season, the Queen of Christmas. Tomorrow on Holly Channel.
SiriusXM has you covered this NFL season.
Jameis Winston and the Cleveland Browns head to Denver to finish Week 13 of the NFL season. Can the Browns play spoiler again and beat another playoff contender in the AFC, or cover the 7-point spread? We'll break it all down. Make sure you tune into Sports Grid Radio to stay up to date on all the latest.
The place to get the winning edge over the sports books this football season is Sports Grid Radio, channel 159 in the car and on the SiriusXM.
Throughout the 2024 season, each NFL team channel on the SiriusXM app will feature the team's pre- and post-game shows before and after every game.
What's given me confidence is how they've responded to adversity.
Get instant reaction, live interviews, and press conference audio. Now your favorite team's broadcast includes their pre- and post-game shows all season long on the SiriusXM app. All 32 team channels are also available in vehicles equipped with SiriusXM 360L radios.
Minnesota fans, hear what Coach O'Connell and the players have to say after each game on the Vikings channel. 8:20 on the SiriusXM app.
Short injury update goes under the blue tent, and Theo Jackson's in the game because Harrison Smith has his helmet off on the sidelines. I'll get an injury update on him as well.
All right, thank you, Ben. Cardinals 3 of 8 on third down. Leading 12-6, third quarter, 3rd and 9. Kyler Murray, back to pass. He's going to throw deep, center of the field, incomplete at the 11 flag. It's a flag, and they picked on Fabian Moreau again. This time,
pass interference. Defense number 23. Spot foul. Automatic first down.
This time, it's new Cardinals, Zay Jones, who only has 1 catch with Arizona for 3 yards. He got behind Fabian Moreau, who's filling in for Stephon Gilmore, and that's a long first down, 38-yard penalty against the Vikings.
Oh, yeah, he was playing an outside shade on the wide receiver and had no help in the middle of the field. So I don't know if Theo Jackson should have been robbing the middle of the field, or he should have had some safety help there. So there was absolutely nothing else I think Fabian Moreau could do than pull him down, because the throw was right on the money. So
Cardinals inside the 20, inside the red zone, 0 for 4 today with touchdowns. Murray, empty backfield, shotgun, back to pass, floats to the right, throws to the end zone, and caught. Touchdown, Arizona Cardinals. Marvin Harrison Jr. with his 7th touchdown reception this season. It's a 15-yard touchdown, and lo and behold, the Arizona Cardinals have an 18-6 lead.
Yeah, very impressed with the way that Kyler Murray's gone about his business. He starts to scramble, he points up the field, and again, Fabian Moreau is in great position, but Murray just does such a great job of getting that football up in the air and getting it to the corner. And now we're facing a 13-point deficit right here with 4:37 left to go, and our offense is yet to kick it in gear. So it's do or die, now or never time.
Chad Ryland, extra point try, 13 of 13 this year, and it's good. And Arizona stretches the lead to 19-6 with 4.5 minutes to go in the third quarter from a sleepy U.S. Bank Stadium on the KFA and Minnesota Vikings radio network, driven by Polaris.
If you're a window installer, keep it simple. Choose Anderson 400 Series windows. They're the clapboard windows contractors trust the most. So much so, they're the windows contractors trust for their own homes. And with fewer callbacks, the choice is simple. It's Anderson 400 Series windows, the windows contractors trust the most. Get started at AndersonWindows.com today.
Claims based on 2022 Anderson Brand Survey of U.S. contractors.
Vikings fans, be the light for a local family in need this holiday. Many families are forced to choose between paying for rent or buying groceries. Nobody should have to choose. Ring bells or donate to the Salvation Army and be a light. Every $100 raised feeds 3 families for a week, helps save a family from eviction, or provides hope when someone needs it most. Learn more at salvationarmynorth.org. Together, we can be the light.
You know, it's crazy what you can pick up when no one's calling. The inviting sway of switchgrass prairie. Boots crunching dirt on a Black Hills climb. A wide open mind riding down the open road. And the silence of a darn good sunset from east to west. So go ahead and unplug. There's so much South Dakota, so little time.
Are you ready for some football? Well, you are now, thanks to Ticketmaster. As the official ticket marketplace of the Minnesota Vikings and the NFL, Ticketmaster's got the best way to take it to the house when it comes to being there live. They're the safest and most convenient marketplace to score fully verified Vikings tickets. And even if your plans get broken up or worse, turned over, Ticketmaster gives you more flexibility to sell your seats. So get those touchdown celebrations ready and score your tickets today at Ticketmaster.com/Vikings.
We have a touchdown this Sunday at U.S. Bank Stadium. Sadly, it was scored by the underdog Arizona Cardinals, capping a 5-play, 73-yard touchdown drive. Took 2:22. Kyler Murray with his 13th touchdown pass this season. It goes to Marvin Harrison Jr., the first-round rookie, with 7 touchdown receptions in his inaugural season. Boom. Ryland's kick deep in the end zone. And a fair catch will take place, a touchback by Ty Chandler. And the Cardinals lead 19-6, 4:37 to go in quarter number 3. Consider this. The Cardinals have 304 yards of offense, the Vikings 87. The Arizona Cardinals have run for 98 yards against a team giving up 74.5 a game. The Vikings came into the game with 38 sacks and have 0. Marvin Harrison Jr. and Trey McBride, the 2 best skill guys for Arizona, have combined for 110 yards and a touchdown. Sam, Vikings offense, you got to go right now. Darnold from under center, goes play action, steps up. He'll throw over the middle, and it's caught at the 43-yard line by Jalen Naylor. And he'll run past the 45 to the 48. It's 18 for Naylor. And a first down for the Minnesota Vikings.
Yeah, and for the Vikings, you know, you can't score all the points on one drive. You're going to need a couple of sustained drives here with touchdowns.
Darnold from under center. He's going to hand the ball off. And it's Cam Akers bouncing off Burns at the 45 to the 40 near side. To the 35 out of bounds at the 34. An 18-yard run by Cam Akers, and back-to-back first downs by the Minnesota Vikings.
Hey, you're making this Arizona defense pay. They have a 2-score lead, and I think they're kind of, checking the brakes a little bit, not being as aggressive, just lining up, playing base defense, and we've been able to move the football on them. So hopefully that's not yet a wake-up call that we figured something out by this Arizona defense to keep this offense moving.
Addison wide right, joined by Justin Jefferson, who now is slot right, but Addison goes in motion to the left. 2 receivers left, 1 right. Darnold under center, first down from the Arizona 34. Play action, good protection. Sam, bullet to Jefferson, caught in a congested situation at the 21, and he turns it up to the 19. It's a 15-yard gain for Justin Jefferson and another first down for the Minnesota Vikings.
And Darnold just really forcing the football in that case to JJ. That was a bullet right between Sean Murphy Bunting and Budda Baker.
Baker.
Wow. What a, his ability, though, to step up in the pocket. Nobody's in his face. So watch these linebackers. They're going to start blitzing them up the middle again here pretty soon.
Fourth play of a possession that's gone 51 yards. Justin Jefferson motions to the backfield. Now he swings out left. Darnold looks that way and goes that way. Caught by JJ at the 23. Hits to the right across the 20. Outside the numbers. Hit and stopped at the 15. Gain of 4. 2.5 minutes to go in quarter 3. 2nd and 6 for the Vikings from the Cardinals 15. And Arizona leads 19-6.
Now, getting the ball in the hands of JJ, that's what's going to have to change. You want to get him more touches, you're going to have to get him the football a little bit more like that. It's a 4-yard gain. It's still an efficient play. But, Darnold able to get rid of that football after taking a look deep.
Jefferson, Addison, and Naylor to the right. Now Jefferson goes in motion to the left. He crosses the formation in front of Darnold out of the shotgun. Sam back to pass, throws short, caught at the 10. T.J. Hawkinson dragging Arizona Cardinals to the 5. Should have been a connection of 7, but he went to dragging everything wearing white 9 feet. It's a 10-yard connection, 1st and goal, Minnesota from the Arizona 4.
And that's what we've been kind of begging for, is just a short underneath passing game. 1, 2, 3, plant, throw, get the ball to the tight end, and then run after the catch. So able to get the football moving.
1st and goal, they say from the 5. Minnesota 0 of 1 in the red zone today. C.J. Hammond motion to the left. Tailback Cam Akers. Sam from under center. Back to pass. He gets away from sack number 5. Rolls out to the left. Throws to the left. Caught. Touchdown! Vikings! It's Johnny Munt with the Vikings' first touchdown today. He has 2 in his career. And make that 3 in his career. 2 have come against Arizona, and it's 19-12 Cards.
Well, we got to find a way to get the ball back in the hands of our offense as quickly as possible. The Cardinals got out of what got them here, and that's blitzing, being aggressive. They sat back, played defense, and we marched it right down the field. So the offense is hot. They're moving. Got to get the ball back in their hands.
Parker Romo, extra point try is good. And with 1:17 to go in quarter number 3, it is Arizona 19, Minnesota 13. The Vikings have scored their first touchdown of the game very deep in the 3rd quarter, Ben Lieber.
Well, the biggest key for me on that drive, not only were we more explosive, but Sam was so much better using his feet and his eyes and being very decisive. That first play, that 18 yards to Naylor, middle of the field, it's all because against a 4-man rush. Yep. Sam just immediately hit that back foot, stepped up into the pocket, found a clean window, then found Naylor sitting down. Same thing on that touchdown pass to Munt. When things broke down a little bit, it's his ability to slide and be decisive and get outside the pocket to buy more time, keep his eyes down the field. There was a fallen defender on the ground, and Munt was wide open in the front corner of the end zone.
And Ben, no question about it, when the Cardinals sit back and just rush forward and play defense, we are up and down the field on them. So they got to be gathering on the sideline saying, you know what, we can't finish the game out this way. They're going to have to get aggressive and get back to what they were doing earlier. So, yes, much better job by our offense, but the Cardinals not playing what they've been playing the first almost 3 quarters of this football game.
Boom! There's Romo's kick, causing a touchback by Greg Dortch and the Arizona Cardinals. So, minute 17 to go in the 3rd quarter. Arizona 19, Minnesota 13. The Vikings, for Sam Darnold, now he has 22 passing touchdowns this season. And that is a career high, which continues to increase. for Sam, the man on the fan. Here comes Kyler with a 6-point lead deep in the third quarter. Kip Ryman in motion to the left. Handoff, James Conner up the middle. Across the 35 between the hash marks, hit at the 40 and stopped at the 42. 12-yard run. A crowd silencing run for a first down by James Conner.
Well, we had a blitz. They ran the ball to the front side of that blitz, and that hurt us because you had our defensive line stunting underneath. They kicked out our Van Ginkel on the outside, and just too big of a lane right there. So they hit the right play at exactly the right time. Hitman back in the game. Still no Stephon Gilmore, assumedly out with that hamstring. Fabian Moreau's out of the game. 1st and 10 from the Cardinals 42. Dortch in motion to the right. Now he'll halo behind Murray, who swings it that way near side. Caught at the 37. Speedy Dortch in jitterbug-like fashion to the right, back to the left, to the right, and finally stopped at the 45. Gain of 3, 2nd and 7. Yeah, the diminutive Dortch out there making plays in space, and Cashman, you can kind of see the legs of this defense getting a little bit tired, Paul. And so the Cardinals are now close to midfield. And the Arizona Cardinals quite content letting the clock run down at the end of the third quarter. They come in here as 6-5 underdogs and have a 19-13 lead on Minnesota into the fourth quarter. This is Minnesota Vikings football.
This is Dave LaGreca from SiriusXM's Busted Open, and I love pro wrestling. And so do you. And that's why I'm bringing it to you every day on the Busted Open podcast. Join me in a cast of pro wrestling Hall of Famers for reactions, insights, and interviews with the biggest names. Plus, weekly sessions all about their decades of wrestling expertise that we call the Masters Class. Download Busted Open now on the SiriusXM app or wherever you get your podcast.
Every NFL Sunday, you'll hear all the big plays on SiriusXM NFL Radio's Sunday Drive.
Touchdown, Buffalo!
Follow the entire league without changing the channel.
Chiefs are in the red zone. Let's go out to Kansas City.
Plus, fantasy football updates and post-game interviews.
From Baltimore, tight end Mark Andrews.
The Sunday Drive brings you closer to the NFL. Sundays noon to 8 Eastern on NFL Radio Channel 88 in the car and on the SiriusXM app.
If you want to win your fantasy football league, you need to listen to Fantasy Sports Radio.
What a play!
From start-sit decisions to waiver wire advice to injury updates, SiriusXM Channel 87 helps you win your fantasy football league. With expert advice from Jeff Mans.
Making the most moves doesn't result in the most wins.
Howard Bender.
Just because you're allowed to make a waiver move doesn't mean you have to make a waiver move.
Jeff Ratcliffe.
Don't overvalue wide receiver, cornerback.
Bob Harris.
If you're in a league that doesn't have IR, go out and start looking to waiver wires for players who are about to be activated.
Adam Ronis.
Personally, I don't like trading for injured players because there's a risk of a setback.
And so much more.
You've done wonders for me through the years.
Winning strategies from the best analysts in the business are on Fantasy Sports Radio, Sirius XM 87, and on the all-new Sirius XM app.
Minnesota fans, hear what Coach O'Connell and the players have to say after each game on the Vikings channel. 820 on the Sirius XM app.
Welcome back to U.S. Bank Stadium. Ben Lieber, Pete Bursich, Paul Allen. 19-3 Arizona. Cards have the ball. And Vikings fans get ready for kickoff with Pothole Pizza from Quick Trip. Learn more at quicktrip.com. You can listen to the game and enjoy Pothole Pizza at U.S. Bank Stadium. And nothing beats a game-winning drive. You'll find lots of those at your Twin Cities Hyundai dealers. Check out their all-pro lineup of cars and SUVs today. Thank you, Hyundai. 2nd and 7 for Kyler Murray and the Arizona Cardinals from their own 25. He's facing a four-man rush. Fade right side, incomplete. No flags. Yeah. Oh, they went right at Fabian Moreau again with Marvin Harrison Jr. Incomplete 3rd and 7.
Paul, and that's the thing. Fabian Moreau has been in pretty good position all day. Even the pass interference on the post.
Yeah.
He should have had help somewhere inside, but great body position by Fabian Moreau, staying on top of that so he could keep his eyes on the throw. So Fabian Moreau, they tested him one more time, and he did a good job. He does a much better job playing off than he does when he's rolled up playing, rolling up as a corner.
U.S. Bank Stadium ignites. Cardinals 3 of 8 on third down. This is 3rd and 5 from their own 45. Facing a blitz. Kyler steps up. Now he spins to the left, back to the right. Throws up one of those Kyler Murray punts. Yes, he did it again. Kyler Murray with those awful punt passes. Picked off by his former teammate, Byron Murphy Jr., who has 5 this season, which means Bogo Ball has been activated. Thanks to that Minnesota Vikings interception, tomorrow you earn a buy one, get one free drink from Caribou Coffee. Visit Vikings.com/Caribou for more information.
Not an awful decision by Kyler Murray. He's spinning around trying to make things happen.
Punt pass.
He was trying to get exactly right, Paul. The Vikings get the football they're still at the 32-yard line. Maybe they would be able to back us up a little bit more with the punt, but overall, not necessarily a disastrous throw by Kyler Murray, but really, that's the first mistake we've seen him make all day.
Indeed.
He has been perfect all day up until that point. That means we're getting to him. Now we got to put more pressure on him by getting the lead.
19-13, Cardinals lead, just underway in the fourth quarter. Sam Darnold's under center, 1st and 10 from his own 32, offset eye right. Toss to Cam Akers, and he's swarmed, absolutely smothered by Zaven Collins, 4th year from Tulsa. It's a loss of 4. That first-round pick from 2021 living up to the hype on that play.
That's a little bit of the angle there taken by C.J. Ham. Right, you have a blocker on him. He was able to, really engulf C.J. Ham and still get back and get on Cam Akers. So the angle of that play wasn't quite right, but we're heading backwards, Paul. We can't be doing this.
19-13 Arizona, 14-14 to go in the game. 2nd and 14 for the Vikings from their own 28. Darnold facing a blitz out of the shotgun. Hit as he throws. Finds Jefferson at the 47. Heads to the right to the 50. Slips the tackle at the 45 and is taken down at the 42-yard line. A 30-yard reception for Justin Jefferson gives him 81 yards, which means he has become the 4th in the history of the National Football League with at least 1,000 receiving yards in his first 5 years, joining luminaries like Mike Evans, Randy Moss, and A.J. Green.
A better job, I'm not going to say great, but a better job by Cam Akers to pick up the blitz and give Darnold time to step up in the pocket. Like Ben Lieber said, when he steps up in the pocket, he's a completely different quarterback.
Jalen Naylor in motion. Darnold back to pass. Steps away from sack number 5. Now he'll mosey up the middle to the 43 or 42. Does everything to get back to the line of scrimmage. No gain. And that'll make it 2nd and 10. Now on that Jefferson hit, Pete, one of the corners for Arizona left the game limping badly. It was Sean Murphy Bunting, so they're down one of their preferred corners.
Yeah, that's gonna help the Vikings. And we saw that last drive where the Vikings marched right down and scored. You didn't see a lot in the way of blitzing. This series already, they're sending the linebackers, but they're sending them late. They're not walking up to the line of scrimmage. They're reading it. If the back stays in to protect, then they're finding an alley and blitzing, and they're trying to keep Darnold from stepping up in the pocket as JJ's in the backfield.
2nd and 10 from the 42. Play clock down to 3. O'Connell timeout.
Minnesota.
Now, the 30-yard hit to Jefferson means the Vikings have 2 completions today of more than 20 yards. 47 this season at 20 yards or more. That leads everybody in the NFL, and they came into the game 1 or 2 clear from Detroit. So despite that patch of games where you can't get Jefferson over 20 or 30 yards, they're still finding a way to get down the field.
Yeah, they are, and JJ has definitely had more looks today. He had a couple of balls thrown his way in double coverage, and that's the identity of this offense, right? Is trying to get the ball to Justin Jefferson, but you have to buy the quarterback enough time. And Darnold's been pressured and sacked quite a bit. Some of it's on the offensive line, but a lot of it's on the running backs and some of the other positions. You do a better job of picking up guys that are blitzing.
2nd and 10 from the Cardinals, 42. Arizona up 19-13 early in the fourth quarter. Darnold back to pass. Protection is good. Steps out to the left. Full intention to run, and there he goes. 40, 35, near side to the 30. Sam, the man on the fan, with a 12-yard run and another Minnesota Vikings first down.
Yeah, great block by Justin Jefferson on Starling Thomas, who, by the way, Starling Thomas was with the Lions last year and was cut before the season started, and the Arizona Cardinals just picked him up. So he's an undrafted rookie free agent,
right?
Or at least last year, and he's out there playing. But as Darnold pulled that thing down, JJ doing a great job to block, and that's the difference. That gave them the first down. So all these little things are adding up.
The Cardinals down one of their better corners, Sean Murphy bunting, and Darnold goes play action from under center. Back to pass, throws right, caught. Jordan Addison at the 12-yard line. It's an 18-yard hit to Jordan Addison, make it 17. They say he's out of bounds at the 13. And that was a beautifully thrown pass over the outstretched fingertips of a Cardinal.
Yeah, it was Jesse Luketa that was out there in the flat. And, man, I tell you what, if Darnold, we've seen this out of Darnold now a couple weeks in a row with these out routes. That's not a strong arm throw. That's a touch throw.
Right.
And, Paul, he put that thing exactly where he needed it to be.
Two tight ends to the right, Muse and Munt. Darnold back to pass. Fade to the end zone. Incomplete. Aaron Jones on a wheel route went leaping for the ball back right of the end zone. Couldn't bring it in. 2nd and 10 from the Arizona 13.
No, you couldn't have put that ball in a better spot. And, that's Aaron Jones on a wheel route against a linebacker. And that's the route that Aaron Jones talked about in the preseason, saying, hey, linebackers can't cover me. That's exactly it. But again,
wow,
hits him in the hands, having a hard time coming down with the football. So
yeah,
all is not right with Aaron Jones right now, whether it's the hip or something bugging him, but he just doesn't look himself.
Darnold on 2nd and 10 from the Cardinals 13. Back to pass. Ball's tipped at the line of scrimmage, incomplete. It bounces away harmlessly. Oh, that was perilous.
Well, they had Hockenson wide open in the end zone. That's a touchdown. If that ball doesn't get batted down, TJ gets his first touchdown of the season, receiving at least. But look at this. Boom. That ball's right. He's standing there wide open. Man.
Well, now it's 3rd and 10 from the Cardinals 13. Arizona leads 19-13. Minnesota a porous 1 of 6 on 3rd down against the 2nd worst 3rd down defense in the NFL. Darnold out of the shotgun. Hockenson in motion to the right. 2 receivers left and right. Arizona rushes 5. Darnold to the end zone. Incomplete. Back center of the end zone looking for Jordan Addison, who was covered up beautifully. And now Parker Romo back into the game for a field goal try.
Well, we've got some life back in the offense. We're able to move the football, but just not finish, right? And it's that 10, 12, 15-yard line that's been giving us problems. So we've taken a number of shots. Again, that ball doesn't get deflected. Hockenson's in for a touchdown, at least a first down.
Yep.
No question about it. So the Cardinals just doing enough, but our offense now is in rhythm. Our defense just has to get our offense back on the field.
31-yard. Making it 19-16 on the sleep. Minnesota Vikings Radio Network, driven by Polaris.
New Happy Thursday Spiked Refreshers, a non-carbonated refresher with alcohol for weekend flavor any day of the week. Like when you get a case of the Mondays, swap it for the bright fruit flavors of Happy Thursday. Or when Tuesday needs a tune-up, look forward to Happy Thursday. And by Wednesday, you're already halfway there. So drink in the weekend flavor of Happy Thursday. Happy Thursday Spiked Refreshers, weekend flavor any day of the week. Celebrate responsibly. Non-carbonated, naturally flavored with other natural flavors. 21 and up, contains alcohol. 2024 Molson Coors Beverage Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin beer.
You're listening to Vikings football.
Nobody covers the National Football League.
They give Mahomes time for the end zone. He throws and it's caught. Touchdown!
Like SiriusXM NFL Radio, Channel 88. Our team of former players, coaches, and front office executives like Pat Kerwin, Jim Miller, Rich Gannon, Alex Smith, and Hall of Famer Bill Polian brings you closer to the game. If it's happening, we are there. Live from the Scouting Combine in March to the draft in April. And in the summer, SiriusXM NFL Radio takes you to all 32 training camps. We connect you with the history of the game on stage for Hall of Fame weekend. Hear all the primetime play-by-play action from opening night through the Super Bowl.
Spectacular in every way. Confetti flying in the air.
Your 24/7 home for the NFL all year long. SiriusXM NFL Radio, Channel 88.
College
basketball is back, and the road to the championship starts now on Sirius XM.
Knock it down!
Catch all the top games, the buzzer beaters, and the rivalries you live for in both men's and women's college basketball.
RJ Davis!
Whether you're driving, at home, or on the go, follow your favorite teams in every unforgettable moment. College basketball lives on Sirius XM. Anywhere you are, go to SiriusXM.com/sports to find out where to hear your favorite team.
Minnesota fans, hear what Coach O'Connell and the players have to say after each game on the Vikings channel. 8:20 on the Sirius XM app.
It is 19-16 Arizona, 11:08 to go in the game. Parker Romo, most likely in his final game, kicking for now for the Minnesota Vikings, has made 3 of 4 field goals, and he made his only extra point. Boom. He also sailed one over the head of Greg Dortch for a touchback, and that just capped a 9-play, 55-yard possession. Took 3.5 minutes. Parker Romo from 31. Sam Darnold has been sacked 5 times. L.J. Collier has 2. Mac Wilson Sr. has 2. Kaiser White has 1. What is Sam pushing through right now to help this team get over the hump?
Well, it's the gut pressure, and a lot of the pressure coming up the middle of the field is not there. Delayed by the linebackers, and I think we're doing a better job offensively of picking up the blitzes.
Kyler Murray goes out of the shotgun with a 3-point lead in the 4th quarter. Takes the snap, looks left. Ball swatted at the line of scrimmage, incomplete. Harrison Phillips, I believe, with his 3rd pass defense this year. 2nd and 10, Ben Lieber.
Yeah, guys, one of the reoccurring things is just us not doing a great job on 1st and 2nd down, albeit we had a great job right there by Harrison Phillips. But just to prove that point a little further, guys, we are top 5 in the NFL in tackles for loss coming into this game with 71 tackles for loss. We only have 2 tackles for loss today.
Kyler Murray works out of the pistol formation with a back by his side to the right and behind him. And on 2nd down, hands it to James Conner, gets around the corner, shakes a Dallas Turner tackle at the 35. Now he's driving Vikings to the 40 and the 45. Holy cow. That's unacceptable. A 16-yard run. Conner dragged a host of Vikings at least 5 yards, and the Cardinals bench erupted with excitement.
And a lot of that, I put a lot of that on Dallas Turner because he collapsed down with the tight end and lost contain. That's how that thing bounced outside. So there was no body on the outside of this 3-4 defense to turn things back in. So back in comes Jonathan Grenard.
Conner, 14 runs, 66 yards. 1st down for the Cardinals from their own 46. Ryman in motion, play action. Kyler back to pass, throws right, incomplete. It was caught at the Vikings 37. Byron Murphy Jr. shoved Michael Wilson out of bounds. So now it's 2nd and 10 from the Cardinals 46.
And you know Byron Murphy Jr. is fired up to play against his old squad, even though it's been a couple of years. But when Murphy is dialed in, Paul, he's one of the better cornerbacks in this league. And smart play pushing the receiver out of bounds, because that's still, no matter what, he's out of bounds. It's an incomplete catch. They changed that rule.
And with Murphy Jr.'s interception, the Vikings have taken 12 consecutive games for the first time since 2001. 2nd and 10. Murray from under center hands it to Conner. Not this time. He's smacked. Andrew Van Ginkel, along with Jonathan Bullard, Jalen Redmond, and Harrison Phillips. A 2-yard loss, making it 3rd and 12.
What a great job by Andrew Van Ginkel to work his way upfield purposefully to draw the block of Tip Ryman, but then be able to redirect and come underneath. So he didn't guess. He got him up the field, made the ball cut back, and then simultaneously comes underneath for the TFL. So Ben Lieber calls it up and makes it so. Nice job, Ben Lieber.
Kyler Murray has thrown 9 pick-sixes in his career, including one last week to Kobe Bryant in Seattle. How about number 10 right here, my man? 19-16 Cardinals, 3rd and 12 from their own 44. Play clock down to 3. Murray out of the shotgun, facing a 4-man rush. He'll throw left. Caught McBride at the 50. Bounces off a Viking at the 45. And center of the field, he will roll for a 13-yard gain. It's another crowd silencer and another first down for Arizona.
Yeah, and then you look up. Now they're at the 43-yard line, so they're getting into field goal range. It was Blake Cashman just getting a little bit too wide on the underneath coverage. And this just goes to show you, Paul, you don't run after the catch is okay. Sometimes you throw that ball short, people get frustrated. But when you can wear teams out, you can get some runs and some good yards after the catch.
On first down, handoff, James Conner. Jalen Redmond comes bursting through the center of the line. It's a tackle for loss of 3 yards by Jalen Redmond, playing absolutely the best game of his young career.
Yeah, no question, Paul. Jalen Redmond with a couple of he's been around TFLs all day long. And, you know, that's the other thing with Flores in this defense is he can find guys, either guys that are late in the draft, undrafted, to come in here and still produce.
The Vikings have 2 tackles for loss on this Arizona offensive possession. They now have 4 in the game after Ben Lieber implored them to get more. Middle of the final quarter, Arizona leads by 3, 2nd and 13. Kyler Murray out of the shotgun, throws short to the right side. It's caught at the 41 by Marvin Harrison Jr., and he's chopped down by Shaq Griffin. Gain of 7, 3rd and 6.
Yeah, nice read by Shaq Griffin. He's covering the deep ball and just reading that quarterback. He's got to play it deep to short and had a head of steam. So here we go, Paul. 3rd and long. The Cardinals have had a pretty good day on 3rd down, even though they've struggled all throughout the year. I think it's long enough where we can get some pressure on them, but if you blitz, you got to get there.
They're 40%. Van Ginkel's out of the game. The edges are Grenard and Patrick Jones. Fabian Moreau replacing Stephon Gilmore. On 3rd down, it's a quick snap. And a handoff. DeMercado up the middle, and he lunges for the first down. It's a gain of 8 by Emari DeMercado, who is in his 2nd year from TCU. I think they caught the Vikings off guard there.
They absolutely did.
Fabian Moreau wasn't even looking at the ball.
Well, Jihad Ward wasn't even in a stance. They were over there talking to each other. And, you know, think about it. They're 3rd down and 7, and they're running the football. They're saying, okay, we'll try the long field goal. We're not worried about that. And they still get us. And this is where fatigue comes in.
Right.
The defense been on the field for a long, long time, and we're just a little bit off because of the fatigue.
1st and 10 from the Vikings 31. Pistol formation. Kyler fakes a handoff and keeps it. Dallas Turner trying to run him down. He heads to the left side across the line of scrimmage, and he's out of bounds at the 27. A run of 4 yards by Kyler Murray makes it 2nd and right around 6 with 6:15 and counting to go in the game. Arizona leads 19-16.
Yeah, so we have 2 opponents right now. You got the clock with 6 minutes left to go, and Arizona saying, you know what, if we can kick a field goal here, it still keeps it a 1-score game, but then it forces the Vikings to have to score a touchdown. So keep them out of the end zone. If you give up a touchdown here, I don't think we have enough time to score twice.
Murray, 27 of 39, 228, a touchdown and a pick. 2nd and 5 from the Vikings 26. Back to pass, throws left, caught Trey McBride, first down. Needed to get to the 21, got to the 21-ish, maybe the 20. Gain of 5 and another first down for Arizona.
Well, that's how you get the all-out blitz, Paul. Right? We had free rushers the whole way. The tight end ran a quick speed out, and Murray doesn't even set his feet, throws a bullet to the outside, accurate, right on the money. So that's a completely different answer to the blitz than what we tried to do offensively. Not that one's better than the other. It's just, it is what it is. And now they're 1st and 10 from our own 21-yard line. Running out of real estate.
10th play of a possession that's gone nearly 50 yards for Arizona. 5 minutes to go in the game. Kyler Murray out of the shotgun, hands it to James Conner. Left side, shakes the tackle at the point of attack, gets to the 15, and he stopped at the 14. But a gain of 6 against statistically the best run defense in the NFL. It'll be 2nd and 6, 2nd and 3, maybe 4 from the Vikings 14.
Well, someone defensively here, Paul's going to have to step up and be a hero. As we're the 4.5 minutes left to go in the 4th quarter. 2nd down. This is 2nd and 4. I mean, this is right where Arizona likes to live. They're very efficient, in especially with the running game. Just if Kyler Murray scrambles, somebody has to get on 18.
Arizona's run for 143 yards. Kyler Murray out of the shotgun, back to pass. It's a quickie left, caught. Trey McBride at the 5 on a chasing Cam Bynum. It's another first down for Arizona. That is the 25th first down for Arizona compared to 15 for the Vikings. 9-yard hit, first and goal from the 5.
Yeah, I'm not sure what we were trying to accomplish there as Cam Bynum he's a safety, not necessarily a corner. But we had nobody outside in the flat, and Bynum was looking at the quarterback. And it's just a speed out. It's just a quick throw. That's all they're doing is popping it up and throwing it quickly.
Arizona, the best goal-to-go offense in the NFL. First and goal from the 5. 0 of 1 today, simply because it was the end of the half, and they opted for a field goal. Flags on this play. Murray looks to throw right to Marvin Harrison Jr. Byron Murphy having some fun with the rookie. Flag came in early. It's first and goal from the 5 for Arizona. Here's Bill Vinovich.
Ball start.
Wow.
Offense number 87.
Sweet.
5-yard penalty. Still first down.
Chip Ryman's 4th penalty this game for the Rapid City, South Dakota rookie. Now, Arizona in goal-to-go situations, now 17 of 19 this year, but really their goal-to-go situation before halftime. They set up a field goal. Into the game, 16 of 17 with goal-to-go. First in the National Football League at 94.5%.
This is where Kyler Murray likes to become a running back, so you got to keep the body on him.
Right. He's going to go solo alone in the backfield. 3 receivers left, 2 right. First and goal from the 10 for Arizona, leading by 3. Deep in the 12th game of the season for both teams. Trey McBride in motion to the right. Murray back to pass. Hasn't been sacked. He's going to throw out to the right.
There.
Incomplete.
There's no one there.
And
That's grounding. Thank you.
Potential grounding. Offense number 1. Spot foul. Lost it down. Took it out.
Great job by the defense to force Kyler Murray out of the pocket. Paul, sorry, I'm getting excited because we're seeing this defense answer the bell and make this the best goal-to-go offense in the league go backwards.
That'll be the 9th penalty for the Arizona Cardinals. 9 penalties for 83 yards, and it backs them up, make that for 88 yards, backs them up 15. And they were the least penalized team in the NFL into the game. Handoff goes to Trey Benson. He heads to the right side across the 20, hit at the 18, stopped at the 17. It'll be a gain of 9 yards. So it's 3rd and goal from the 16. 3:54 and counting to go in the game. The Vikings have 2 timeouts remaining. Arizona leads 19-16.
And they're going to take their time right here. They may take a shot at the end zone 16 yards to go, but don't be surprised if they just decide to run this football again and burn as much of this clock off as they possibly can.
McBride, 11 catches, 83 yards. Don't sleep on him. Inside slot left. Murray, back to pass. He's going to throw short to McBride. Caught at the 15 to the 10. And he'll get to the 5. Then he stopped at the 4-yard line. It was a catch and run of 12 yards by Trey McBride. Targeted 12 times, 12 catches, 95 yards. You talked about him a lot in the pregame, Pete. He's a heck of a tight end.
Yeah, he is. And with the way that they use him and the way Murray depends on him, it's really very, it becomes a weapon, right? And McBride is today, and it's run after the catch. And I like to see more of that out of our offense, but great job by the defense here to force the field goal and make it so it means the Vikings have to score a touchdown. 3:23 left to go.
Yep.
We only have 1 timeout left because we took one here. So let's go.
23-yard try left hash to the east side of U.S. Bank Stadium for Chad Ryland, who's made 4 field goals today from 5 tries. Aaron Brewer ships it back to Gillikin, the punter. And the kick is up, and the kick is good by Chad Ryland. 3:20 to go in the game. Arizona leads 22-16. Vikings ball when we return to the KFAN Minnesota Vikings Radio Network, driven by Polaris.
No matter who you are or what you do, there's a Ford vehicle that can help you own the day. Make life on the go a walk in the park with the new Ford Explorer. Become the MVP of the work site with the unrivaled performance of a new built Ford Tough F-Series truck, the best-selling trucks in America. Or discover what it really means to adventure in the great outdoors with the new Bronco Sport. Whether it's for work or play, there's a Ford with a great deal waiting at your local Northland Ford dealers. Don't wait. Get behind the wheel of a new Ford today. Based on calendar year total sales.
The Yaller horn has spoken. It's saying, when the Vikings score, Vikings fans win. This season, if the Vikings score 2 or more touchdowns in a single game, you get a free Big Mac. That's right. When the Vikings score 2 or more touchdowns in a game, get a free Big Mac with a purchase of $2 or more. Only on the McDonald's app. Offer valid once per person the day after the Vikings score 2+ touchdowns through 1/31/2025 at participating McDonald's. Excludes tax. Must opt into rewards.
Eagan, Minnesota is the proud home of the Minnesota Vikings, and it's also the ultimate destination for fantastic fun. Eagan features over 100 unique restaurants and amazing attractions, such as Twin Cities Premium Outlets and the Vikings Museum. And when you stay in any of Eagan's 18 incredible hotels Thursday through Sunday and pick your package, you'll receive 2 free tickets to the Vikings Museum. Other great offers are also available. For complete details, visit enjoyegan.com. That's enjoyegan.com.
Make gifting simpler this holiday season with all things cooking, cleaning, and more from Kenmore. From countertop ice makers to air purifiers to hard floor cleaners and the latest in dishwashers and refrigerators. Find great deals for every room of the home and for everyone on your list, including you, at kenmore.com/Vikings. Get more from Kenmore, a proud partner of the Minnesota Vikings.
Scoreboard Central.
Brought to you by the Minnesota Lottery, where you can play the new Viking scratch game from the Minnesota Lottery for a chance to win up to $100,000 instantly. Kirk Cousins not having a great day. 24 of 39, 245, and he's got 4 interceptions that he's thrown so far. He had one of them as a pick 6, and the Chargers have the lead over the Falcons, 17-13. Now back to PA.
And Musk brings that up adroitly because this time next week, the Minnesota Vikings host the Atlanta Falcons, and Kirk Cousins making his return to U.S. Bank Stadium for the first time wearing adversarial colors. Meanwhile, the Arizona Cardinals just went 16 plays, 66 yards, and took half the fourth quarter, 7 minutes, 48 seconds to get that field goal, Pete.
Yeah, and I think the disappointing part is on the defense that they ultimately stopped them, but they gave them a couple third downs along the way, one of which is because we weren't even lined up. So I think we let them have the ball a little bit longer than you wanted to. So just the time of possession heavily in Arizona's favor.
Sam Darnold, 178-1 with no picks. He's out of the shotgun. Back to pass. Throws to Jefferson, left side, caught at the 34, and a fired-up Justin Jefferson lunges ahead to the 36. That'll be a gain of 6 yards, 2nd and 4. 3:07 and counting to go in the game. The Vikings have 1 timeout. Arizona has 3. Arizona leads 22-6. Darnold under center. Play action off Cam Akers. Sam sacked 5 times. He'll throw to the center of the field. Caught. Jordan Addison on the run right to left. From the 40, he turns it up and is stopped after a connection of 24 yards, first down.
I can't believe that the Cardinals are going to let Darnold just step up in the pocket because he's been deadly.
And Darnold on first down from under center hands it to Cam Akers. Right side across the 35. Hit and stopped at the 34. It's a run of 4. 2nd and 6. 2.5 minutes to go in the game. Minnesota with 1 timeout. Arizona leads 22-16. The Vikings have gotten into Cards territory in a lickety-split fashion. Darnold out of the shotgun. 2 receivers left, 1 right. He's going to float out to the right and throw it away. It'll be 3rd and 6 from the Cardinals 34.
There's that blitz, Paul, right? That's the Cardinals. I hope we have an answer for it as C.J. Ham checks in, and C.J. Ham is checking in for protection reasons, for pass protection reasons. But Arizona, we're in 4-down territory, no question about it. But I can't believe that the Cardinals will sit back and play some kind of coverage. I expect them to get aggressive.
Aaron Jones still not in the game. C.J. Ham He's to the right of Darnold on 3rd and 6 from the Cardinals 34. 2:14 to go in the game. Two receivers left and right. Justin Jefferson in short motion to the left. Darnold out of the shotgun. Another big blitz. Looks to throw left. Knocked away at the line of scrimmage. It might have been Mac Wilson Sr. who has 2 sacks and is having a whale of a game. So now it's 4th and 6 from the Cardinals 34.
And there was the blitz. Mac Wilson just coming off unblocked. He got hit late. You want to get the linemen into him as quickly as you can, just so they can't get their hands up like that. But here it is. This is the game right here.
It's nervous time at U.S. Bank Stadium. The Vikings have won 4 consecutive. The Cardinals have won 4 of their last 5. 22-16 Arizona, 4th and 6 from the Cardinals 34. Minnesota 50% on 4th down this season. Ham to the left of Sam Darnold. Jordan Addison in motion to the right. Another blitz. Sam fires, caught. He made the blitzers pay. Justin Jefferson at the 23 rolls ahead to the 21 for a gain of 13 and a first down for the Minnesota Vikings at the 2-minute warning. Arizona leads 22-16. Your Vikings are threatening on the KFAN Minnesota Vikings Radio Network, driven by Polaris.
Something big is happening at Hy-Vee. We just lowered thousands and thousands of prices on thousands and thousands of items in every aisle and in every department. Online, too. And on many of your favorite products. We've even matched prices with some of the biggest discount stores in the country. Because we get it. Times are still tough. So we'll continue to work hard to bring you new lower prices on thousands of items. Things are looking different at Hy-Vee. Come see for yourself.
When football season kicks off, everything else takes a back seat to sports convenience. That's sports convenience. Running errands, not sports convenient. Cooking dinner, not sports convenient. But shopping online is now extra sports convenient thanks to Pays, a fast online checkout offered by banks and credit unions. With Pays, there's no typing in card numbers, no apps to download, and cards stay in one place so you don't have to leave the couch. In the name of sports convenience, try Pays today. Learn more at PAZE.com.
For the Vikings, growth is a team effort. Coaches maximize performance. Teammates push your limits. But in business, who's there to help you grow? Lumen, that's who. Like saving live broadcasts from lag time, helping deliver the in-stadium experience for fans with millions more around the globe, and bringing all the benefits of the cloud to your network. So it's as secure as a defensive line and as legendary as the fans that cheer them on. Welcome to the on-demand network that meets your demands. Learn more at lumen.com. Services not available everywhere.
No matter who you are or what you do, there's a Ford vehicle that can help you own the day. Make life on the go a walk in the park with the new Ford Explorer. Become the MVP of the work site with the unrivaled performance of a new built Ford Tough F-Series truck, the best-selling trucks in America. Or discover what it really means to adventure in the great outdoors with the new Bronco Sport. Whether it's for work or play, there's a Ford with a great deal waiting at your local Northland Ford dealers. Don't wait. Get behind the wheel of a new Ford today. Based on calendar year total sales.
What's going on? Hopefully everybody's enjoying this beautiful Sunday in the Twin Cities of Minneapolis and St. Paul. Yours truly, Paul Allen, with Ben Lieber and Pete Bursich at U.S. Bank Stadium for the Minnesota Vikings' 12th game this season, and they've won 9 of them. It's been an arduous task today against Jonathan Gannon's Arizona Cardinals. The Vikings have trailed every step of the way. They trail 22-16, but have it 1st and 10 from the Cardinals, 21 with 2 minutes to go. TJ Hawkinson in motion to the right, another big blitz. Pass over the middle, incomplete, flag. Hawkinson was covered by Jalen Thompson. That safety just came off a 2-week layoff, and he fouled TJ Hawkinson, as we'll hear from Bill Vinovich. Go on, Bill.
Pass interference.
34.
Defense number 34.
Let's go.
Spot foul. Automatic first down.
11-yard penalty, Pete. It's 1st and goal.
And that was the answer to the blitz, because the Cardinals didn't show blitz. They blitzed from depth, and it was a quick inside move by Hawkinson. That would have been there. Would have been a touchdown. That's why he held him. So great job moving the chains, getting the first down, but a good answer to the blitz. That's the difference between this half and the first half.
and it's not first and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 13. The Vikings scrimmage from the right hash, heading to the west side of U.S. Bank Stadium, trailing 22-16. A minute 57 to go in the game. Sam Darnold, shotgun, 3 receivers left. He whips it out to the left to Addison, gets to the 15, shakes the tackle at the 10. Jordan Addison grinding to the 5-yard line. 8 yards. Jordan did it all himself after a quick hitter to the left. And now it is 2nd and 2 from the Cardinals 5. Arizona with 3 timeouts left. And Jonathan Gannon's just letting this clock roll, Pete.
Yeah, he is. And he's taking his chance on his defense, Paul. And I'll say this, that was a perfect call as the Cardinals blitzed 3 people off the far edge. So that left everybody one-on-one and some space for Addison.
Naylor and Jefferson right. Addison left. Darnold out of the shotgun. 2nd and 2 from the Cardinals 5. Takes the snap. 4-man rush. Sam to the right. Caught. And touchdown! He's showtime! And Aaron Jones saved his best for last. We're tied at 22.
And for Aaron Jones, that's a veteran. That's why you stay in the game. Yeah, you had a fumble earlier. You were benched for a little bit, not going in there. Missed a beautiful throw when he was covered one-on-one by Mack Wilson earlier. But this case, it was Kaiser White, and Kaiser White could not keep up with them to the flat. Just a check through right to the flat. Let's get this PAT.
Parker Romo with a walk-off winner at Soldier Field last week. We need this extra point. Snap spot, and it's good! If that's Parker Romo's final kick wearing purple and gold, well done, young man. He kicks the Vikings to a 23-22 lead with a minute 13 to go in the game. Sam Darnold with 2 passing touchdowns, giving him 23 on the season. Aaron Jones now has 2 receiving touchdowns. And when we say Aaron saved his best for last, I mean, he fumbled twice super early in the game and lost one, might have gotten benched for a little bit. But Aaron Jones came through when it mattered most. Like O'Connell says, give me your best when your best is required. That's what the Vikings offense did, and now has a 1-point lead.
Yeah, you got to love the way that they battled, Paul, and just kind of turned it around since really midway through the 3rd quarter. So now it's up to the defense. Cardinals have 3 timeouts, so they might be able to stick with sort of their plan. They're not a super good vertical passing team.
Right.
We talked about the 7-step drops. I mean, be interesting to see what they do.
Boom! Romo's kick. Fair catch. Birds start from the 30. We head down to Ben Lieber.
Well, you listen, guys, it has been impressive to watch this offense sort of pick up this blitzing defense. I'm actually really surprised that Arizona got so aggressive at that point. They have been showing so much blitz in the second half, but yet we are doing a better job of picking up and actually just having some first read answers. That's been the big difference, along with Sam Darnold finding some space, finding some time in the pocket when he steps up to make some throws.
Ben Lieber from the sideline, minute 13 to go. He's right next to all the action, including Kyler Murray going back to pass. He'll pat the ball 2 times, throw it over the middle to Michael Wilson, caught at the 35, stopped at the 35, quick hitting gain of 5. And the Arizona Cardinals have 3 timeouts. They're letting this clock run. Weird. 58, 57, 56. It's 23-22 Minnesota. Murray on 2nd down, hasn't been sacked yet. He dropped the ball, and he falls on it back at the 27. They discombobulated Tyler. 48 seconds to go in the game. Timeout, Arizona. It'll be 3rd and right around 14.
And that's Jonathan Grenard, Paul. We haven't, I don't think, said his name all day, but he gets around Paris Johnson with the speed move and is able to knock the ball out of the hands of Kyler Murray. So that's going to be a sack.
Yeah, for
Jonathan Grenard. That'll no for Grenard.
It was?
Yeah, Grenard gets him right with that left hand. The ball came, maybe not. I don't know. Maybe that was just a straight up fumble. I don't know. But you're right. If it's ruled just a straight up fumble, then Van Ginkel will get the sack. Either way, for either of them, it puts him at 10.
Right. And now it is 3rd and 13 from the 27 of Arizona for these Cardinals, leading every step of the way until about a minute ago. when Sam Darnold hit Aaron Jones for a touchdown to tie the game. Parker Romo gave the Vikings the lead with the extra point. And here comes Kyler. 3rd and 13 from his own 27. Trey McBride was 0 touchdowns this year. In motion to the right, back to the left. Kyler wearing number 1. He's out of the shotgun. Minnesota comes with a 4-man rush. Kyler hit, and he rolls out to the right. Gets to the 25. Stops at the 30. Why'd you do that, Kyler?
Why?
You need the clock to stop, man. So he's going to run for 3 yards, and the Arizona will use its second of 3 timeouts.
What an amazing athletic play by Jonathan Grenard.
Yeah.
Kyler Murray, one-on-one in space, makes a move, and Grenard just floats that thing through. And you're right, Paul. He cuts back because he sees Byron Murphy coming at him. That's a big mistake because if he can get himself out of bounds, it could save him a timeout. But here we go, 4th. And again, this is not where this team is great. Watch the short throw. If we can rally and tackle, I think that's what's going to happen here. You're going to get a shorter underneath throw, and we got to rally and tackle.
4th down for the Arizona Cardinals. 4th and 10 from their own 30. Vikes lead by 1 with 40 seconds to go. Kyler Murray out of the shotgun. Puts McBride in motion to the right. Timeout Vikings. Kevin O'Connell's going to use his final timeout. The Cardinals have 1 timeout remaining. The Vikings have 0. And the Vikings have operated defensively today without Ivan Pace Jr. He's going to be out 4 games, 3 after today. They lost Stephon Gilmore into the first quarter, early second quarter. Fabian Moreau, his replacement, who's not in the game now, has really had his problems. Actually, Moreau is in there. And they also have utilized Dallas Turner a lot today. Jamin Davis, a linebacker who played for Washington just a couple of weeks ago, they picked up. He played a little bit. And the Vikings only have 1 sack today. Into the game, 4th most in the NFL with 38. Here it is. The game's on the line against the Arizona Cardinals. 3 receivers left, 1 right. 4th and 10 for Kyler Murray facing a 5-man rush. Kyler back to pass, throws right, intercepted. Jack Griffin has won the game, and it's a high 5 for the Minnesota Vikings. They've won 5 consecutive games. The final score, 23-22 Minnesota.
And Kyler Murray going to his guy, going to Marvin Harrison Jr. But you got to credit Shaq Griffin with knowing exactly where he was going to the 7 route to the corner. Beautiful body position underneath and able to come up with that football. So the defense, Paul, with 2 interceptions late in this game, answered the call. So, wow. I mean, it's like you played a quarter and a half of football today. It's unbelievable.
A quarter and a half. It was like, seriously, like 5 or 6 minutes.
Yeah, it's like it's
unbelievable.
From the second half of the third quarter on, and the offense kicked it into gear. But before that, it was a slow go, boy.
Ben Lieber will have an interview with a member of the Minnesota Vikings coming up shortly. The Vikings trailed basically the entire game until a minute 13 to go in the game. They tied it on an Aaron Jones touchdown reception, and then took the lead with a Parker Romo extra point. So the Vikings led this game for a minute 13 seconds.
Yeah, and you have to love the game plan by Arizona. I think they came in and did exactly what they could do.
When we return, Ben Lieber will have an interview with a member of the Minnesota Vikings, perhaps Byron Murphy Jr. Final score, the 10-2 Minnesota Vikings 23, the 6-6 Arizona Cardinals 22. This is Minnesota Vikings football.
Vikings fans, get more of the great content you crave right now on the Sirius XM app. Just search Minnesota Vikings.